Good evening and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school football. Tonight, the Kime Company, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, and Right Mark Roofing presents the Claymont Mustangs hosting the Ridgewood Generals. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison, TMK Valley Propane, and Wood Electric. Now, let's head to the Hartzler Quality Housing Mobile Studio for the best coverage of high school football with Big Z Sports.
High school football live once again on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel as an IVC showdown with some serious implications in the late season here in Week 9. Good evening, everyone. Nick McWilliams and Keith Thomas on your call this evening here from Uricksville and the beautiful facility that the Claymont Mustangs have here. And Keith, I promised I'd start off this because I don't think that your brother is necessarily listening right now. He's probably on a plane back home. But I was going to say I got the best Thomas brother on the call tonight.
That's right. I am the best Thomas brother. I'm the middle Thomas brother, so that's why I'm the best. And, I hope he enjoyed his vacation. We definitely miss him here covering the games, but I'm thankful for the opportunity.
Well, he can, fortunately for him, tune in and watch this, and so can all of you tonight on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. What a clash this is going to be. You know, you rewind a couple years. You get to Week 9, it's Ridgewood, it's Claymont. You think, all right, well, the Generals, maybe are preparing for the Garraway Pirates to round out their season. Claymont maybe not really sitting where they want to be. That is not the case this year. This is going to be a clash where both these sides have plenty to gain and a lot to lose here tonight.
Oh, there's plenty on the line. A lot of playoff implications. Garraway needs to get one in the next two. Claymont's, ain't been in the playoffs since 1992. And these kids, their goal is to host a home playoff game. And to do that, they have to go through Ridgewood tonight.
And that's going to be an easier said than done task. It's been quite a while since Claymont was able to do that against Ridgewood. But this is a Mustangs team that is vastly improved. We've been saying that all year long. A couple of losses coming in here, but overall the biggest thing is the amount of wins they have to this point, because when you look at how Claymont has been playing to this point in the season, it has been tough, gritty defense. It has been a lot of speed and a lot of skill on offense. It has been basically a complete 180 with this team, and it's been incredible to watch.
Yeah, you're right. It started with the defense, and I seen it Week 1 when I got to cover them when they played Harrison Central out at Harrison Central. They come out and set the tone Week 1 that they were going to play defense and run the football. And, tonight that's going to be a tough task, but, if the Claymont wants to win the game, they got to do what they do best and definitely start with the defense.
On the other side for the Ridgewood Generals, no slouches at all, of course, coming in here at a 7-1 mark, coming off their first loss of the season. This is a Ridgewood team that had a ton of question marks coming into the year. They had to replace a lot of skill. They had to replace linemen. They had to replace pretty much a whole team in some ways, and a lot of different players slotting into positions maybe they hadn't been in before. And yet they found themselves perfect all the way up through last week, running to the previous Division IV state champions. And, you and I were talking here before we got started. In a lot of ways, still having a really positive year overall and a positive game from that one at the end of the day, even though the score didn't go their way.
Yeah, the score might not have been their way, but when you look at that Ridgewood defense, they did a great job. They held Indian Valley to like 264 yards rushing that game. And, Indian Valley, when they show up and they're going to run run the football right at you, you know that's what's going to happen. And if you look at Ridgewood overall, they're only giving up about 69.7 yards a game rushing.
That's pretty good.
That's real good. So, they are really well on defense, and they come out offensively, they just do what they do. They figure out a way to move the football. That's who they are.
Yeah, I mean, and you're going to get that bread and butter here tonight. And this is a game that even Coach Schlusser himself said, look, we're going to be 100% honest with you. This is a Claymont Mustangs team that we really had to work hard and really had to game plan for. And it's going to be one of those things that it's going to show on the field. This is going to be a Mustangs team that right off the rip, they're going to want to really bring it right to you. But so is Ridgewood. We know they're going to hit hard on defense. We saw it last week. We've seen it all year long. Maybe not as explosive as an offense as we've seen in years past, but the amount of speed this Generals team has, probably second to none over the past, decade when it comes to a Ridgewood team.
Yeah, I mean, I look at some of those names. A lot of kids I've seen over the last few years, they're track guys. What's Coach Schlusser do besides coach football? He coaches track. So, that's one thing he coaches is speed, and they play fast.
They certainly do, and they're going to need that here tonight for sure. We're going to take our first time out here as a part of your Wood Electric pregame show live from the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio. When we return, we get to talk with both head coaches. John Schlusser up first from Ridgewood, Buddy White on the way from Claymont. High school football lives right here in Z Country.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
At Hartzler's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Hartzler's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
Back with your Wood Electric pregame show live from Uricksville. The Claymont Mustangs host the Ridgewood Generals in an IVC showdown. We're along the sidelines with the coach, brought to you by ClaxonSports.com, and his head coach, John Schlusser, for the Ridgewood Generals. Coach, first and foremost, you guys are coming off your first loss of the year last week. But after the game, we talked to you, and you said just how proud you were of the Generals, because there really was never any quit in them.
No, and like I said, I thought that was a tough ask for our kids. I think we're a pretty good Division VI school, but I don't think we're a state champion Division VI school. So to go up 2 divisions and play a state champ, that's a lot to ask of any team or kids, and I thought my kids really tried. I thought we battled throughout the game. You know, nobody came off the field. No one took the easy way out. We battled it out. So I was proud of them.
Now, we know what you guys did last week in terms of taking on a very stout rushing attack, but just as you guys have been doing all year long, they might have had some yards, but it wasn't anywhere near their normal average. You guys still, I think, give up less than 70 yards rushing on the ground per game this season. What's kind of been the bread and butter is it just as easy as getting everybody the ball?
Kind of for us it is, because I don't think we're a dominating defense by any stretch. I think my kids run really well. You know, I think they have a little fight to them. We seem to always get a lot of people, like you said, to the ball. And we tackle pretty well. You know, now I'm going to jinx myself and we'll probably miss 25 tackles tonight. But, you know, we've done a pretty good job against everybody we faced. Obviously, we saw a pretty good attack last week, and we're going to see a pretty good one tonight. I mean, the Searcy kid's a really nice player, and they're big up front. So, you know, listen, when you only have one guy over 200 pounds, you worry all the time that somebody's going to lean on you, right? And that's always a concern. So far, we've stood up to it, but we'll see how tonight goes.
A hallmark of Ridgewood defense or offense, of course, is offensive and defensive line play. You know, there were some guys that had to shift around. There's been some injuries, all that kind of stuff that, you know, you deal with throughout a season. How do you feel, you know, last week and even in the second half of the season that both of those units have been working?
Listen, I think we've gotten better on the offensive side. Defensively, we still do things that I'm not crazy about, and we're definitely not dominating up there. But, you know, we have two seniors up there, Logan Ridenbaugh and Caleb Nettles, and I think they've really tried to be the anchors, you know, and kind of lead by example. I've been proud of both of them. But, like, we have room to improve up there. I know we got to hurry up because there's only one more week left in the season, but, you know, it's one of those things where I see improvement, but we just got to keep getting better.
Now, we saw out of the backfield, you know, you have a 1-2 punch that you can use, technically a three-headed monster, really, whether it's McQueen or Carnes or Tolliver, anybody, or even Israel, of course, who can handle the ball out of the backfield. Having that kind of dynamic and those kind of different changes of pace, how much does that help an offense be able to move the ball?
Well, listen, I'm always surprised at how well we move the ball in games because, like I said, our offensive lines kind of, you know, are not our typical one. We've started some different kids at different times. We're not very big, but you know what, for the most part, I think our skilled athletes have done a really good job of making plays for us and getting on the edge and doing things. You know, like you said, Talon's really quick, Jace is really quick, so that gives us that. Tolly's more of a pounder, Mav's more kind of a little bit of both. And Izzy is a sophomore that's just kind of learning how to do it, but he brings a little quickness to the table too, and toughness. So we're lucky. We've got a lot of nice skilled kids, you know, and the good thing is besides Talon and Jace, we return most of those guys and we'll add Logan to the mixed wins next year. So, like, we're really happy with that position. It's just a matter of, you know, shoring up in the trenches, which we're usually pretty good at. And I'm not saying we're bad. That's the spot that needs work right now.
And finally for you, I think you put it best last week when we talked to you. You know, you said you had to recover quick from that loss because this is a very, very improved Claymont Mustangs team you guys are taking on. What was most of the conversation about during the week in practice?
You know, I want to tell you, I think we were really prepared for this game, but obviously we're going to have to match the same intensity that we played with last week. I think we're much more prepared this week to play. But, you know, intensity is a hard thing, especially for high school kids, to bring the same every week. And we don't do that very well. Even on our best teams, like, you know, one week we'll be here, the next week we'll be up here and then back down. We've got to play with that same type of intensity tonight. You know, I was watching last year's tape, and some of it was you guys talking. I'll be honest with you, last year we prepared for Garaway the whole entire week. We did not have that luxury this year. It's been all Claymont. You know, they've done a great job of getting it turned around and getting their kids believing. Probably have 3 better players than we do, and they're bigger than us, so we're going to have to be the toughest team on the field.
Well, Coach, they apparently want us to wrap this up because the music's already pumping. There's that intensity you were talking about, though.
Get ready to break into a dance move.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach, and good luck to the Generals.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Head Coach John Slusser from the Ridgewood Generals, brought to you by ClaxonSports.com. Stay tuned. Head Coach Buddy White from Claymont is on the way right after this.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans. First Federal Community Bank, serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast professional service to get back on the road? Impact Collision offers 2 locations, Newcomerstown and Strasburg, to help you out. Whether you need auto glass repair, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just need a free estimate, Impact Collision has you covered. So the next time you need a repair, visit Impact Collision online at mpactcollision.com and start your free estimate and learn all about what Impact Collision can do for you.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Welcome back into your Wood Electric pregame show live from Uricksville as we've got an IVC clash. The Claymont Mustangs hosting the Ridgewood Generals. We're along the sidelines with the coach, brought to you by ClaxonSports.com, and it is head coach Buddy White for those Claymont Mustangs. Coach, coming here, it's homecoming night, obviously a great thing to see every year in local high schools. You guys are really rolling right now, and you're bringing in a Ridgewood team coming off of a loss. It's kind of the perfect time to strike, really.
Well, I don't know if there's ever a perfect time against Ridgewood because they're so well coached and their kids are so disciplined, and they're definitely the fastest team that we've definitely played. You mentioned homecoming, senior night.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's senior night tonight, and it has its own little distractions, but our kids really put in a great week of work. We didn't have to overcoach this week at all. These kids knew what was up, because we know that if we win this game, we'll be playing for the league championship next week. We win this game, we'll be hosting a playoff game, and so the kids are excited about the opportunity that we have, and I can tell by I can usually tell how we're going to do in a game by how we practice, and we had a great week of practice.
Well, I want to ask you about that great week of practice, but first, you came in here a few years back, and this was not the case. What you were talking about, that situation. We're getting into week 9, and maybe some people are already thinking about the next sports season and such. Not the case right now. You've got all this stuff going on, and I really think your players have responded well to that. They all seem super amped up, and they understand what's going on with this.
Oh, they definitely do. We talk about it, and we do have kids from other sports, and I got some wrestlers, some really good wrestlers on my team, and they said they're not losing. They're not working on losing weight until the end of the season, and the basketball players aren't going to open gym until the football season's over, and the football season is usually over traditionally around here after week 10, And having the opportunity to play in the playoffs is an incredible opportunity, especially for Claymont. And I'm excited for the kids. I'm excited for the community. Being a head coach before and being successful at it, this is old hat. But it's not old hat for around here. And so I'm so excited for everybody, the kids, the community, everybody involved.
Now, you mentioned about that great week of practice. You have to have those week in and week out to be a successful football team.
Yes.
It's kind of shown on the field, too, because we were just talking before we started here. It's been 8 quarters since Claymont's defense gave up a touchdown. I know that's something you're wearing with a badge of pride.
Oh, big time. We ride with our defense. The reason why we are where we are right now is because of our defense. Early on in the season, the offense really wasn't getting it done, and so we had to rely on our defense, and our defense truly responded. And our defense has kept us in every game. And, the last couple games, our offense had an opportunity to get on track a little bit. And hopefully we can keep that going because, the last couple of weeks we called, they're get well games. And hopefully our offense got well because they definitely responded and had some really good games last couple games. So hopefully we'll be able to carry that on to tonight also, because I think it's going to be a slobber knocker. I think it's going to be one of those kind of games because their defense has a lot of pride, and our defense has a lot of pride, and and it's going to be. I think it's going to come down to which offense doesn't make the mistakes.
And finally for you, Coach, you already mentioned about the team speed that the Ridgewood Generals have. That's no joke to try to deal with that, but you're also going up against a defense that really doesn't like to give up yards on the ground. I know that kind of equates for a very tough battle for the Mustangs.
Well, that's what I say. That's why I believe that it's going to be one of those slobber knockers, and I think it's going to come down truly to which offense executes the best. Because neither defense aren't going to be giving up anything. So the offenses have to execute, and they like to run, and I like to think the strength of our defense is stopping the run. But they will throw the ball, and so we got to be aware of that. And we'll run the ball, we'll pass the ball. I'm old school. I'd rather run it, but I got an offensive coordinator that likes to throw it a lot. So, and when I get results, I turn them loose, and we've gotten really good results the last couple of weeks.
We appreciate your time as always, Coach, and good luck to the Mustangs.
Thank you very much.
Head Coach Buddy White brought to you by ClaxonSports.com here on your Wood Electric pregame show. Stay tuned. Kickoff is on the way out of the IVC on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
Here we go. We're on YouTube today.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden. Your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostics equipment. Whether your vehicle needs regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook.
Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
Are you ready to make a difference in a young person's life? Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio has 88 children waiting for a mentor. As a mentor, you will spend as little as 4 hours a month with your little, guiding them, listening, and helping them discover their full potential. Your time and your kindness can change the course of their future. By becoming a Big, you're not just volunteering, you're defending the potential of a child, giving them an opportunity to dream big and reach higher. Visit www.bigs4kids.com to sign up and help us make sure that no child has to wait. Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio. Defend the potential and become a Big today.
Lindsay Adams State Farm takes pride in customer service, community involvement, and their professional knowledge in the products and services offered, providing protection to their customers in more ways than just their auto insurance by protecting you from encountering any unexpected occurrences, including your auto, home, income, and the loss of a loved one. At Lindsay Adams State Farm, you're more than a customer, you're part of their family. Learn more about what Lindsay and her agents can do for you by visiting lindsayadamsf.com.
The Wood Electric pregame show rolls on as the Claymont Mustangs set to play host to the Ridgewood Generals live here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Big thanks to both head coach John Slusser from Ridgewood and Buddy White from Claymont. And I got to say, Keith, I think for both those coaches, and if you listen into those pregame interviews, there's a level of confidence for both sides for sure, but a lot of hesitation from both sides because, one, yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup no matter what, but there's league implications on this, and on top of those league implications, big playoff implications for both sides.
Yeah, so being out here pregame, the crowd's rolling in, nice electric field, and that's all we're hearing from the fans is the playoff implications. You know, they know there's a lot of line on both teams, and, you know, obviously the Claymont fans, you know, they're counting on the big win tonight because they want to host a playoff game because they've never hosted a playoff game. And, you know, Ridgewood, they're wanting to continue their streak to be in the playoffs, and you know, and they got to get one of the next two to definitely lock themselves in.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up some notes from that you had found since what was it the last year that we saw Claymont in the playoffs?
I seen that personally, 1992. So I actually attended that game. They played Sheridan, and that's when they only took 4 teams, and Claymont went in as the 4, and Sheridan was the 1, and they won that game 21-14. So that's the last time Claymont's been in the playoffs, so they're hungry.
Now, sometimes for Shannon, I'll throw a couple jabs in there for this kind of thing. You said 1992. That was 4 years before I was born. Just
yeah,
so, you know.
I actually was in high school at the time, and I'm a Claymont alum, and so I went to the playoff game, and actually, if I recall, Shannon was on that team.
I think so. I think that's actually
so. You know, that's probably why I was at the game, but yeah, so. You know, that's a long time, and, you know, you got to feel good for the community. They got a beautiful facility here, so obviously they would want to host a playoff game. And, they, you know, you look from last year to this year, what they 1-9 last year, you look at the situation in this year, so they're already improved that tremendously, and, you know, they got a winning season already locked in, but they want more.
And on top of that, conference bragging rights that we were talking about, Indian Valley remains at the top of their side of the IVC. Ridgewood losing the one game to them, now slotting to second place. Claymont is right there, too. You know, we're talking about potentially, if they get a win tonight, playing for a league title next Friday.
Yeah, that's true. And also I think there's implications with what? Garraway has 1 loss. Yes. So, you know, you have them going in, and then they would play Ridgewood next week, so there's a lot on the line for that create that tie, right? So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of league implications, and the IVC North is, you know, strong.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, we're going to step aside here real quick as a part of your Wood Electric pregame show, National Anthem time. We'll get back. Football action on the way on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Hey, other guys, insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course. At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and loud and clear advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Technology shouldn't slow us down. It should move us forward. At LodgeVision Technologies, we've been helping local businesses for over 12 years on US 62 in Winesburg, solving tech problems and making everyday operations easier. And we're here with custom IT solutions that just simply work. At LodgeVision, it's people first. That means service with integrity, professionalism, and genuine care. Call 330-234-5025 for your free consultation today. LodgeVision Technologies, local IT, real solutions, people first.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. The Claymont Marching Band out on the field performing. A great rendition of the national anthem. I've said this before on broadcast, but few things will get you in the spirit for some high school football Friday nights than a great marching band out there performing.
Oh, yeah, you got to, respect to those kids, because a lot of people don't realize the marching band, they're here on Friday nights, then they got to go on Saturday and they go do their competitions, and that's how they get their biggest recognition. And, hats off to those kids. They're here every Friday night supporting their football players, and, and they're out here just a part of a normal Friday night.
Yeah, so I wanted to go through kind of the tail of the tape for both of these sides. For the Ridgewood Generals, the visiting team tonight, led by head coach John Slusser, as we already mentioned, coming off their first loss of the season against Indian Valley last week. We talked about that kind of in the pregame. This was one of those contests. They're going against the Division IV defending state champion in the Indian Valley Braves. We knew it was a great rushing defense that they had. They end up giving up over 200 yards as a team on the ground. Be that as it may, though, only raises that season average by 18 yards maybe overall. They still give up less than 70 yards on the ground per game. Now, even though they are undersized, which is the words of head coach John Slusser himself, they have that grit, that tenacity, and as many players to the ball as possible. That's why this defense has been successful this year. They're going to absolutely have to have that tonight.
Oh, definitely. And, pregame there, you mentioned the young man Bryce Tolliver multiple times. 14 tackles by himself last week. So, obviously he's the guy that's leading the way on that defense. And, and I'm sure that all the other kids feed off of him. And it looks like they've grabbed about 8 interceptions on the year as a team. So, it looks like they can do a little bit in the secondary as well.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big key, too, because we're talking about that rush defense for Ridgewood having to step up. The secondary is where they're going to be really tested tonight. There's some size, there's some speed for these Claymont wide receivers, and they've had some moments so far this year, has Ridgewood's defense, where that's where they've been burned. If they're going to get burned, it's been in the secondary. Can't have that at all tonight.
Yeah, and you look at last week, Carson Goley come out of that game. I believe he was a perfect 10 for 10 coming out of that game from Sandy Valley. And, they spread the ball around a little bit, had a bunch of different receivers catching passes. And I think the big target's Jackson Jenks, so he's going to be looking for him. And then, obviously they got their few little bit of wrinkles. And you got McMurray over there. He comes in and plays a little bit of Wildcat quarterback for him. And can't get about the fan favorite down here, Moose. So, Braylon Mullen, and you just don't know when he's going to be on the offensive line or if he's going to be in the backfield.
One thing you're going to see from the Generals tonight for sure, you saw it last week when we had them on our broadcast, there's a lot of different players who can get their hands on the ball out of that backfield. You got Jace McQueen at quarterback, of course, who more often than not, I would say, is running the ball, but still has a heck of an arm that he can air it out. Talon Carnes will get the ball out of the backfield. You've got Maverick Lockhart. You've got Logan Israel. You've got Bryce Tolliver, too, who will line up back there. And all of them have their own little wrinkle. That makes it a nightmare for a defense to prepare because you don't know which one of them is going to be the one getting the ball.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part is you named a lot of guys right there, and they don't have Logan Wentz or Jackson Cabot. So there's 2 more guys that they had prior to this that was in all that, too, as well. So they definitely have a lot of weapons to put into use, and like you said, they bring a lot of speed, so they're hard to contain. Well,
that speed is what's going to be paying the dividends here for the most part because we know the Claymont Mustangs have a lot of playmakers on that side of the ball, and if you've got guys who can do things with the ball in their hands, that's going to be one of your biggest ways to negate that, right, is that speed.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have the guys on the defense side of the ball, and we've talked about that. You got guys like Ethan Fair, Easton Hersey, both the middle linebackers. They've had great seasons, and the big ones that stand out to me is the defensive end for the Mustangs. Earlier in the year, you coached, you called a game here. It was Calvin Edwards. He got the Player of the Game award, and then recently here they got a young man. I think he's a sophomore. Colin Akers is his name, and he's come a long way. He might even be a freshman. I'd have to look, but he's stepped in here in the last few weeks. So they're 2 defensive ends. They could play hectic for the Ridgewood Generals tonight.
Now on the other side of the coin for the Claymont Mustangs, this is a team obviously that's hungry for a win here. They got a big win last week, and you heard from Coach White. He had what he had to say in the pregame. 8 quarters so far right now that they have not given up a touchdown defensively. They want to keep that streak going.
Oh, every coach wants that streak, and they even when they bring in, if they get in the backup time, they don't even want the JV team giving up scores. They want that, shutout. They love pitching shutouts.
Yeah, they certainly do, and it's going to be one of those things where you kind of know what Ridgewood's going to do, right? They're going to be running the ball more often than they're going to be passing the ball tonight. So a lot of it's going to have to be with keeping it in front of yourself. And for Claymont, in times that we've seen them, have a couple slip-ups this season, it has been some of those big chunk plays. But not necessarily the big chunk plays, I think, is going to be the biggest key. It's going to be, can you stop long, progressive drives down the field? You cannot get your defense worn out.
Yeah, you got to get off the field. You can't get them in 3rd and long and let them keep getting first downs. You got to keep that under control. If you get them in those situations, and, don't let the flags beat you. Don't be having the personal fouls, and don't be the defensive holding and things on the defensive side. Get off the field when you can, and get your offense back out there.
For the Mustangs offense, we know that this is going to be a team that can mix it up, whether it's passing or rushing the football. But you and I were talking in the pregame, and I think a lot of people who have been looking at this game and have it circled on the calendar, let's be honest here. What's going to be the Claymont, what would be their ideal situation? That's being able to throw the ball all over the field.
Yeah, they got to do what they do, and they got to use Carson Golick, and he likes to stay in the pocket a little bit. He ain't the type of kid that's going to be like a dual-threat quarterback. He's going to dink and dunk in. He's going to look for the big long ball to Mason Bailey every once in a while, and that's where he can hurt you. And, that's what they got to do to be successful, and every once in a while, give Drayvon Searcy some touches. Give Nolan McMorrow some touches. Work in Braylon Mullen, and that's going to help you out. But the biggest thing is I think they're going to have to rely on their passing game to, pull the upset.
Well, relying on that passing game with Bailey out there with the speed, how about having at your disposal what we guess to be about 6'5" and a junior wide receiver in Jinx? That's a matchup nightmare no matter who you're going up against. But we've seen from it doesn't have to necessarily be red zone targets or short yardage situations. Jinx has some wheels too.
Oh yeah, he gets some little out routes and he takes it and he could run. So they got some nice weapons on that side of the football. And even their 3rd wide receiver, Dawson Matzel, he's a junior and he's had a quiet year. He's probably their best blocking wide receiver, and that's very important in that game as well. So and he had a big touchdown last week. I think it was over a 60-yard catch for him. So there's a guy. It could be the difference maker that Ridgewood might not pay attention to.
Yeah, I know you and I are just going to be in for a great contest here tonight. Want to give a big thank you because one of them just ran right in front of us. That is our social media guys here for tonight. Blaze McMorrow's here on the Claymont Mustangs sideline. Across the way will be Dalton Patterson for the Ridgewood Generals. And both these guys, I know, they're a little amped up for this one too, as you can imagine.
Oh, yeah, both guys, Blaze an alumni, Claymont, Dalton, we covered him in high school, and, he's a Ridgewood guy. So, yeah, they're pretty excited for both their teams, and, I think it's going to be a great football game. The crowd's still coming in, and it looks like a nice crowd here on the home side, and I think it's going to be a good contest here.
I feel like it was probably rather busy down 36, whether that's coming from West Lafayette or right here in the Twin Cities, making your way over to the stadium tonight. But we're waiting both teams to be making their way onto the field. The Mustangs will be coming out here on the near side closest to us. This is a Claymont team it's a fantastic story, the way that they've had to have this turnaround. As for Ridgewood, some people will question coming off of a loss, what kind of team are you going to end up getting? You're going to kind of have that hangover from that loss, or you're going to come out with that will to fight? Well, we have seen Ridgewood enough to know. I think we know what kind of general team
they're coming to fight. Slusher's staff, Coach Slusher's phenomenal, and You know, he's going to have these kids ready to play. You know, him and his staff, I guarantee you. You know, they put that one behind them Saturday morning, and they started prepping for Claymont. And, you know, in pregame, like you said, he knows he's going to have a tough contest ahead of him, and he's going to do the things he needs to do to try to get the victory.
I also go back to this kind of night because it is senior night here for the Mustangs. I'm thinking back into their locker room right now, all the guys who were standing there by the door getting ready to go come out onto the field. This is where all of the nerves really start setting in as the Ridgewood Generals make their way onto the field on the left side of the field, and that's intimidating enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good-looking football team right there, so they're getting ready to come and take the field here. We're still waiting for the Mustangs here.
Leading the way with the sledgehammer, it's the senior in Talon Carnes. One of their dynamic playmakers is going to have a big night tonight for sure for Ridgewood. Kind of held in check a little bit last week, not as big of numbers as we've seen from him in the past. I think tonight they're going to be targeting number 7 a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Carnes, I've seen him run on that track a lot, and I want to tell you what, I could only imagine what he does in open space on a football field. And, you know, he gets going. I mean, I'm sure he's got a top-end gear.
Now, back to what we were saying about waiting there in the locker room to come out, you know, get those nerves flowing and everything. It's also on the coaching staffs, too, where they're talking to you right now. They want you amped up. They want you to have that energy. You got to play within yourself, right? And that's a hard thing to do, especially in a game that means this much in terms of those playoff implications.
Yeah, you don't want to play too aggressive. You don't want to over-pursue. Do your job is the key, right? Don't do things you normally don't do. Don't beat yourself. You know, show up, do what you're coached to do, execute the plays that you need to execute, and at the end of the day, you know, the football game will take care of itself.
Coming up in here in a few moments, we will tell you about the other games that we're going to be having tonight here in Z Country. 4 different broadcasts, 3 of them live on our YouTube channel tonight. We got you covered with wall-to-wall coverage as the Mustangs make their way out on the field, leading the way through the band, and you might be confused because you see number 68. Think, well, which senior is that? Actually, Braylon Mullen, who's going to be doing a little work on the line tonight.
Yeah, you know, credit to Mullen. He, a couple weeks ago, he talked to the coaching staff. He volunteered to go to the offensive line. They had some struggles, and he said, what's it going to take to get into the playoffs? And the coaches agreed, and he, you know, good for him being a senior leader like at the change positions, you know, 6 games into the season.
Well, how many kids do you know can slot from running back to tackle that easily?
Yeah, you know, and he had
if it is tackle.
Yeah, you know, he's on the O-line, and, you know, he had a pretty good game last week in the way it was, you know, told to me. So, you know, I mean, I just think volumes that when you put the team before yourself.
As of note, the Claymont Mustangs did win the opening coin toss. They elected to defer to the second half. So you're going to be seeing that dangerous Ridgewood return game back there, back deep. Thanks for tuning in to the Wood Electric pregame show. We're just about set for the night's Cartoons of New Philadelphia opening kickoff on the way as Ridgewood will send 2 returners back deep. Near side closest to us, it is Talon Carnes. Far side, over on that sideline, closer to the Ridgewood side, it'll be Sean Beckelheimer, the junior wide receiver. A lot of anticipation for tonight's showdown here from Uricksville, and a big thank you to the Claymont Athletic Department, as always, for fantastic hospitality. Always love. This is a beautiful facility.
Yeah, they did a great job when they built this facility, and, you know, and the community needed it, and then they got a beautiful field house behind us.
Yeah, they certainly do. It'll be Cooper Newton, the sophomore, who's going to be sending it deep for the Mustangs. Claymont wanting the win to keep their hopes of a home playoff game alive. Ridgewood, meanwhile, wants to come up off the mat after last week's loss to Indian Valley. Newton getting the final instructions barked out to his troops. It will be Ridgewood wearing the away white tops, gray pants, orange helmets. Claymont with the white pants, the brown jerseys, and the white helmets. Newton looks set, kick team coming out and spreading out, getting ready. Week 9 of the high school football season is here from Uricksville. Kickoff goes back deep into the hands of Carnes. He'll look for room straight up the middle in between the hash marks. He's got a lane, and he goes and cuts back at the 40, now up to the 44-yard line. That's where Ridgewood will be taking over. Little pause for anticipation there.
Yeah, that was a great play by number 26, Miles Wolf. He's a senior tonight, and, you know, Carnes had him a lane. He could have took that one to the house. You know, Miles Wolf, that's a kid right there. That's the Buddy White effect, because he did not play football until his senior year.
So the Ridgewood offense coming out, led by their quarterback in Jace McQueen. McQueen last week had a little bit of success in terms of carrying the football, a little bit rougher in the passing game. We'll see how much they're willing to try to air it out tonight. They will line up with 2 running backs. Well, make it 3 as they go with the heavy I formation. Fullback up in the formation is Tolliver. They'll have 2 running backs behind him. McQueen under center. He'll turn, hand it off, and somebody got started early. It was a handoff to Carnes, but it's going to be moving back 5, and Ridgewood moving backwards to start the drive.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to start the first play of the game behind the sticks. Now it's going to be a 1st and 15 here.
You and I both looked at each other. I don't think we were expecting the heavy eye to start the game.
No, that
Ridgewood.
was actually shocking to me. I don't think I've ever seen Ridgewood do a lot of that.
Looked like the other running back in the backfield was the sophomore in Josh Young, who was lined up behind Tolliver. McQueen gets the new play call over from the sideline. Ball will sit at their own 39-yard line. Same formation as before. Tolliver, the first man up, Young behind him, and Carnes, the deep running back. McQueen will go under center. He'll turn and hand it off. Carnes looks for room up the gut. Not much doing there as he'll get up to about the 40, maybe the 40.5-yard line. A gain of about 1 there, but Claymont's defense shifted off to the right there and snuffed that one out.
Yeah, great job by Calvin Edwards there to set the tone on the edge there, and then the slew of Mustang buddies that looked like it was East and Hersey got up in there from his linebacker spot as well.
So second down and long, they'll actually give him credit for 2 yards. Second down and 13 upcoming. Mustangs defense, that defensive line, really stout this year, whether it's the size and the strength for that matter. Breaking the huddle, they'll go with a single back set as McQueen goes under center with one running back. Motion man from left to right. It's going to be a sweep into the hands of Carnes. Carnes will get a cutback lane after one block. He's up to the 45, still looking for room on his feet, and he'll get spun around and dropped at the 46-yard line. Pickup of 5 makes it third down and much more manageable.
Yeah, Carnes got tied up right there, and then Easton Hersey come in, and he put a good stick on him right at the end of the play.
Almost looked like it was going to be disaster for Ridgewood. Somebody was coming off the edge quickly for Claymont, but Carnes with that athleticism got it back inside.
Yeah, that was McMurray who got a nice penetration, like you said, but he got a nice cut, but then all of a sudden he ran into a slew of Mustangs.
Looks like Drake Engel, I believe, checking into the game now. He will line up on the left side as they'll spread 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation, 1 running back in the backfield. That'll be Logan Israel beside McQueen. Mustangs show blitz, and they'll bring it. McQueen rolls to his left. He'll look for room. He's going to try potentially for the sideline. Now he'll cut back and try to cross field. He'll juke out Calvin Edwards, still looking for room. He's got a lot of room on the right sideline. McQueen still looking downfield. He'll fake it. He'll go low, and he'll go up and over the defender. And it's a first down as Dravon Searcy tried to make the first down saving tackle. Instead, it's a gain of 10. What a job by McQueen for the First Federal Community Bank first down.
McQueen, he was east and west there, and we thought he was going to go a little south, but he ended up taking that baby north and got a first down.
McQueen holding the ball up in his right hand, just trying to get that defense to bite to go away from him. They weren't really buying it, but McQueen, with those wheels, gets them into plus territory. Ball at the 44-yard line of Claymont. Those broken plays, sometimes if you can make the defense pay for those, let's be honest, more often than not, they end up hurting you, but that time it worked out perfectly. Wildcat, high snap to Carnes. He'll go off to the left side. McQueen throws the lead block. Carnes cuts up the field. He's got a lane up to the 35-yard line. 9-yard pickup there for Carnes. And another play that could have went wrong for Ridgewood ends up benefiting them big.
Yeah, high snap. Great job by Carnes to get it pulled down there and turn something that could have been bad into something good.
Ridgewood drive keeps going. Second down and 1. Ball at the 35-yard line. Couple substitutions now. Ridgewood, no matter what, every year you can expect about every couple of plays, they're going to be subbing a lot of different players, and they're trying to keep those fresh bodies in. Generals will break the huddle. They'll line 1 out to the left, 1 to the right. They'll do wings either side now. No running back as McQueen's going to go under center, so nobody back deep. McQueen motions a man from right to left. They'll fake it to Lockard. McQueen, a straight drop, fakes it to the left side. Now he's got a lot of pressure. He'll roll out to the right side. He's being pursued by Mullen. He'll deliver it down the field. Jinx is there, and it's over his head and into the end zone for a touchdown as Logan Reidenbaugh, the tight end, sneaks behind the defense, and it's a 35-yard score and strike.
Yeah, what's scary there is McQueen. He's got him. Well, they're pursuing up on McQueen, and he almost ran for the first down, and he just went ahead and tucked it and threw it over the top.
It was Jinx, the deep safety, who was back, and he tried to get up high enough, but McQueen put the right amount of touch onto it and found his big tight end in the front right corner of the end zone. Extra point attempt upcoming now for the Generals. It will be Jaden Smolder to try to put it through. 9 minutes to go in the first. Ridgewood leads 6-0. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is right through. 7-0, Ridgewood strikes first. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
to Uricksville and the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio as Ridgewood draws first blood on a 35-yard scoring strike from Jace McQueen into the hands of Logan Reidenbaugh. Almost time for another Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. 2 deep men back for the Mustangs in both Jackson Jenks and I believe Trevon Searcy. Smolder will boot it deep into the night sky, almost over the head of Searcy, who bobbles it but keeps it up off the turf. He's at his own 6-yard line. He'll go up to the 20, looks for room up the middle, and is leveled at the 25. And coming up and making that tackle was big Bryce Tolliver.
Yeah, that was a pretty good stick there by Tolliver. He did not back away from that at all. He went right into the lane, and he put the stick right on Searcy here.
And I think he let everybody know about it, too. Ball at the 26-yard line of Claymont. Well, they will come out on offense for the first time. Biggest key here for the Mustangs, you obviously want to tie the ball game back up, but you really just want to see some good progress down the field. Just chain some plays together, just kind of let your offense settle in.
Yeah, you can't come out and go 3 and out and respond that way. You got to come out and get the ball down the field a little bit, move the sticks a little bit, and hopefully you can finish it with a touchdown.
They will go now with Braylon Mullen set back deep with his heels at his own 20-yard line. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Mullen, Wildcat quarterback, straight up the gut, dances around. He's at the 30, jumps over a tackler, and he'll go up to about the 34-yard line. An 8-yard pickup, and you hear the chants of Moose here from Claymont.
You already hear the Moose chants there. You know, I didn't expect him to come out and open up with that play. I thought we'd come out and see him a little bit in some trips or, you know, a little something there, a little passing play, but didn't expect direct snap to Moose.
Moose will get the play call and check back in. It's weird seeing him come off the sideline with number 68, though.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to go with it again. Mullen will line up as the Wildcat quarterback again. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Mullen, I don't think we've really seen throw a pass so far this year. They're motion man in the backfield. Fake to Searcy, up the middle. Mullen puts his hand on the back of his center, and he's got nowhere to go as he's wrestled backwards. That was Logan Reidenbaugh who corralled him that time. No gain on the carry.
Yeah, they kind of expected that was coming. You know, great job there. He kind of put a guy in motion, a little fake jet sweep to him, probably thinking they could just get a first down here quick.
So now quickly 3rd down and 2. Now Carson Golick, their normal quarterback, will check into the ball game.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see Drayvon Searcy here in the backfield with him as it is.
Sure enough, it will be as they'll go with a pistol set. Golick in front of Searcy. 2 tight ends to the right side of the formation. 1 on the wide receiver spread out to the right. Golick ready. He'll clap, gets the turn and handoff. Searcy looks for room, and he is corralled immediately. Still fighting for more yardage as he'll push forward and get back to the original line of scrimmage, but it's no gain. And quickly, 4th down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, big decision here. You're going to try to keep the momentum. Nope, they're going to send out the punt team.
Does look like the punt team will be coming out as Searcy had no room to breathe. And that Ridgewood defense, we have seen it all year long when it comes to defending the run. They just do not give up a whole bunch of lanes.
Yeah, I mean, they come out and got that lane on the first one there, and Claymont probably thought they could go ahead and sneak in that first down there. And, you know, Ridgewood held them 2 yards in 3 plays.
Punt formation as the punter goes back deep for Claymont and will boot it into the night sky. A line drive. It's into the hands of one of the returners. That looks like it's Lockhart. Take it back. Angling to the left side. It is Lockhart, actually, in fact, as he will go down right about midfield. So Ridgewood will start off in some great starting field position here. Another nice return. That's a hard one to catch on that line drive from the punt.
Yeah, he didn't take a fair catch. You know, he come right up there, he took it, and he tried to get a good return out of it there. It looked like it was Calvin Edwards on the stop for the Mustangs.
So it is General's ball once again as they want to keep the momentum rolling. They did mark it back at the Ridgewood 49-yard line. And just like we were saying in the pregame and during that first possession there for Ridgewood, the last thing you wanted to do was go 3 and out if you're Claymont. So we'll see how the defense is able to recover. Generals will line it up with a shotgun. They'll go trips bunch to the left. Almost, actually. It's 2 wide receivers and a tight end over there. Snap goes back. It's into the hands of McQueen. It's a double reverse. It's into the hands of Carnes. He'll look for room on the right side. Here comes Searcy. He'll break down. He can't quite make the tackle. Big block there on the edge, and finally goes down is Carnes at the 45-yard line. Nice job by Carnes to follow his block. Searcy's not happy. He thought he got blindsided.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably a questionable call, but he was facing him there, and that little wrinkle out of the Ridgewood offense right off the gate here.
That was a handoff into the hands that time of Israel into the hands of Carnes then. Don't often see that from the Generals.
No, that was a nice little wrinkle early. Usually you save them for late in the game if, you know, you're trying to get that score.
Maybe Coach Slusser kind of sensing it early with the early momentum here. 6 minutes to go in the first with the 7-0 lead. They'll go that same formation again. They'll bring the tight end farther back in the formation. Direct snap into the hands of Carnes. He's your Wildcat quarterback. He is grabbed and nearly corralled and thought he was going to lose the ball there. He leans forward, though, and does get a pickup of 3. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, it looked like it was Nolan McMorrow in there trying to get in that tackle. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here.
See if the Generals look to run some power football straight up the middle. We know Ridgewood, as we've talked about all season long, a little bit more on the undersized side of things. So it's a hard situation if you want to run it straight up the gut.
Yeah, we'll see if they come out that heavy. We'll see if they do. They opened it up in the game. Nope, they're not going to go that way.
They're going to be spreading things out more as they'll have a lone running back in the backfield I believe that's Tolliver. McQueen will be under center. They'll tighten things up with tight ends either side. Motion man from left to right. Fake to Carnes. Tolliver up the gut. He's got the first down and a lot more. He'll break free to the second level. 15, 10, one man to beat. Tripped up from behind, and he's in. Bryce Tolliver from 45 yards out on the single back handoff, and Tolliver, like a bolt of lightning, straight up the middle of the defense, has Ridgewood up by 13.
Yeah, he was looking to get that first down. He turned that into a big play right there, and they were pursuing from behind, but they did not tackle him until he got to the one there, and Tolliver was already leaning into the end zone.
Tolliver, known as the power runner for the Ridgewood offense, shows off a little bit of the wheels. Extra point upcoming. Smolder back onto the field for that. Good snap, good hold, and the kick will go through. 14-0. Ridgewood jumps out early. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Newtown Mall provides you a one-stop shop for anything you need. You can shop the latest fashions at Kohl's, Maurice's, or Marshall's, get your sporting goods at Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods, or redo a room in your house at Ashley Furniture. Find all these stores and more for yourself and experience Newtown. Plus, you can sign up to be a Newtown Mall VIP and follow your favorite stores so you're the first to know sales, giveaways, events, and more. To sign up and to see all that's happening, visit newtownmall.com.
Want to stay warm in your vehicle this winter? Call the Remote Start Pros at Cartoons and Accessories in New Philly. With over 15,000 units installed over 18 years in the market, Cartoons in-car experts have the expertise to get the job done right. Cartoons carries a full assortment of remote starts that give you any desired range needed to warm up your car from anywhere. We also do diesel vehicles as well as standard shift vehicles. So don't delay. Call Cartoons today and schedule an appointment to stay warm all winter long. Cartoons at 517 West High Avenue in New Philly. 330-339-2006. Be there.
Just about set for another Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. Today's presentation of high school football brought to you in part by Right Mark Roofing, your commercial flat roof specialist. 5:09 to go in the first, 14-0. Ridgewood jumps out to the early lead. Low line drive kick off of an up man who'll have to scramble for it, and he will get back on top of it as Ridgewood was sprinting down the field quickly, in and out of the hands of the initial returner in Miles Wolf, but he was able to scramble forward and pick it up, and that would have been a very costly mistake.
Yeah, that would have been disastrous for the Mustangs. They would have, if Ridgewood could have got down there and got on that, they would have had the ball in the 28 already. And you need to get established a drive right here to get back in this football game.
Claymont will start at the 27-yard line. Went 3 and out the only time we saw him on the field. Carson Golick will come out now. Looks like they're going to spread 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 left. Empty backfield in the shotgun now for Golick. Defense trying to get a line for Ridgewood. Golick's going to go back to pass, straight drop. He'll roll to his left, heels at his own 20, throws middle of the field. He's got a receiver. He'll look for room. He's up to about a 10-yard gain, making 11. That was Mason Bailey who hauled it in. Kind of an awkward-looking throw for Golick, but Bailey got up and made the catch.
Yeah, Golick did a good job there rolling to his left. Didn't see. I think he was looking for Jinx there on that sideline, and he looked to the middle of the field there and found Bailey.
Wondered if the Mustangs are going to try to come out and roll quickly on offense. They do go back into the huddle. They'll spread 3 wide receivers right, 2 left. Golick back in the shotgun again. Motion man from left to right. It's Bailey. Looks that way. Throws into the hands on the swing pass. Bailey tries to get the blockers set up. Flag comes in. Bailey fights back to the original line of scrimmage and is lit up. But regardless, it's going to be moving backwards on the hold.
Yeah, that's not what you want there after a positive play. Get a first down and come back out, and now you're going to be first and probably about 20 here.
Yeah, last thing you could do, you don't want to be playing behind the sticks as they will mark it from the original line of scrimmage, so make it 1st and 20 now.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Mustang Trucking. They came on board tonight for tonight's broadcast. We greatly appreciate those guys coming on.
Any trucking needs you need here in the Twin City area, of course, give Mustang Trucking a call. Couple substitutions now as checking out of the ball game for Claymont will be Brady Fox. Checking in, looks like it's Daniel McGar. For the guy who does the wrestling to my right, there's a name that sounds familiar.
Yeah, well, dangerous Danny McGar.
Spreading things out again. They'll flip the formation. 3 wide receivers spread left, 2 right. Golick in the shotgun. Ridgewood showing blitz. They'll bring it straight up the middle. Golick fires up the middle, and it's tipped at the line, and one of the linemen got his big paw on it there. Actually, I think it was Tolliver, the linebacker, who got it up there.
Yeah, they were looking for the ball, thinking they could get the pick off the tip there.
So now 2nd down and 20 upcoming. lineman who was looking up into the sky, Caleb Nettles, one of the seniors on this Ridgewood team. You know the big boy was thinking, hey, pick 6 for a defensive lineman, why not?
He was looking for it. It was up in the air there, too. It hung a little longer. He might have found it.
Shotgun formation again. They'll go with Searcy's in the backfield. He'll go alongside Golick. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Ridgewood showing blitz again. They'll bring 1 linebacker, hand it off. Searcy on the right side, cut back to the middle as he'll get around the defender out to the 35 and knocked down at about the 40-yard line. Actually, it looks like they'll mark him at the original line of scrimmage, the 39. It is a 9-yard pickup, but brings up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, nice run by Searcy there. He got up there and even put his shoulder down and got a couple more yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 10 here.
Difference in play calling from about 2nd and 20 to 3rd and 10. Vastly different kind of play calling you're looking for. Mustangs get the play call in, break in the huddle. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. They'll go 2 by 2 with 1 running back in the backfield with Golick. It'll be Searcy. Now they'll motion him to the left. Golick goes back to pass. He's looking middle, now looking right, delivers down the sideline. Has an open receiver, but overthrows it as it was over the head of Jinks on the sideline. He had the open space.
Yeah, Jinks was there, sat in a perfect spot there, and unfortunately Golick's throw a little high for him.
Now 4th down and 10 as the Mustang special teams will come back out on the field. And I know for Ridgewood, although they got the stop there on 3rd down, I'm sure the coaches on the sideline will be saying, whose man was that? There was nobody within about 6 or 7 yards of him. 2 men will go back deep now for Ridgewood. Looks like it's Lockard. And no surprise, Carnes on the far side away from us. McMorrow drives his right leg into it. A high spiraling punt. Coming up is Lockard. He'll make the grab at his own 34 and is hit immediately and taken down at the 35. Down there on special teams that time. Couldn't tell who it was. Number 7, I believe. That might have been Daniel McGarr who was making the tackle. I think that's the wrestling background.
Yeah, them wrestlers, they like to lay hits on guys.
So it will be the ball at the 35-yard line. Lockard came up, thought maybe we were going to get a fair catch, but a lot of credit there to the Claymont Gunners on the edges, getting down there quickly and corralling him. We saw Lockard with a pretty nice return the first time around.
Yeah, he seems like he don't like to throw for the fair catch here, and he caught that in traffic here. I thought it could, get ugly there.
They'll go with a shotgun formation, but they'll bunch everything up tight to the line. Now motion a man from right to left. Carnes will line up in the backfield. 2 running backs either side of McQueen. They'll fake it to Carnes. Up the middle is McQueen, and he'll get past 1 tackler. Now he's up and spinning around, and he's still fighting for more, and leans forward to the 50-yard line. A 15-yard pickup and a First Federal Community Bank first down. First man who had a chance at him was Cameron, but just out of his reach.
Yeah, that ended up being Ethan Fair. Got a hold of him at the second level there to make the tackle.
McQueen's second carry. 2 carries, 25 yards, averaging better than 10 yards or 12 yards a tote. I think that'll make your coaching staff happy. Generals getting the play call in. Claymont looking to get a big stop here. Shotgun. McQueen will have 1 running back to his right in Israel. They'll go with 2 wide receivers tight to the line left, 1 tight end that side as well. McQueen gets the snap, hands it off. Israel, left side. He'll lower his shoulder, but it's Ethan Fair who's in there to make the tackle. Just a 2-yard gain for Israel. Nice job by Fair, the senior, coming over and cleaning up the play.
With a gain of 2 yards.
Big thanks to Yerixville Eagles for coming on board tonight. Big supporters of the Claymont Athletic Department. They do a lot of things for this community and greatly appreciate it for coming on tonight's broadcast.
2nd down, and they gave him 3. We'll say 2.5 on the carry for Israel. First time we've seen him. A very busy man last week. Ridgewood staying tight up to the line once again. They'll go under center this time with McQueen. 1 running back. It is Tolliver. Motion man from left to right. Fake it to Carnes. Tolliver up the middle, and he is grabbed from the side and taken down. Still had a nice pickup that time of about 3 yards. Making that tackle from the edge, though, Lulu Young, the sophomore. That's not an easy guy to be pulling down if you're a sophomore, but great job by Young.
But one thing about Lulu Young, he's a wrestler.
I should have known. 3rd down and a long 3, we'll say 4 to go.
Yeah, that's a great job. Oh, after that, Tolliver took that last one to the house up the middle there, and they did a better job of pursuing that one.
They'll go heavy in the backfield with 2 running backs. Actually, they'll motion Carnes out of the backfield. Tolliver will be your single back now. 2 tight ends on the right side. McQueen under center. And it looks like Coach Slusser wants a timeout to talk it over. It's brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Simona Bolteron is a global leader in plastics technology, manufacturing thermoplastic products for industries such as aircraft interior parts, medical device housings, wall coverings, general thermoforming, and many more. Simona Bolteron, a company like a friend, is proud to be a part of the community and wishes all local athletes good luck and have a great year. For more information, visit them online at bolteron.com. Simona Bolteron, 1 General Street, Newcomerstown.
McQueen goes under center, turns, hands it off. Carnes misdirection, met at the line of scrimmage, and Claymont will throw him backwards. And I don't know who you give credit for there for the Mustangs. A lot of players in there. Nolan McMorrow comes off the pile, as well as Easton Hersey, 2 seniors. Big stand there, no gain.
Yeah, Hersey's already been in a lot of plays tonight. He's playing well at his linebacker position there. He's probably got about 4 tackles already this game.
They did give him a 1-yard pickup, so it'll be 4th down and 3. Carnes will go back now as the punter for Ridgewood. Lone man back for Claymont will be Jinks. He'll go inside of his own 20. That's the stand you had to have if you're the Mustangs.
Yeah, they definitely needed a stand here. Now it would be good if they can get a good return here to set some offense up here, get a good drive going.
Carnes has it, and he'll put it away towards Jinks, who will backpedal back at his own 12-yard line. Cuts left, looks for room, ankle tackle, and a grab there. Ball gets knocked out. Scramble for the ball. Ridgewood and Claymont fighting for it, and down at the 1-yard line, it will be the Generals. Player came flying down the field for Ridgewood, put his helmet on the ball, and knocked it away from Jinks. And just like that, Ridgewood knocking on the doorstep of the goal line.
Jinks fumbled, recovered by Lockard on the 1-yard line.
Looks like it was Talon Carnes. No?
Believe maybe Bryce Tolliver. I'm not sure who it was. He was straight up the middle, and you saw Jinks getting held up there. You want a player to fight for more, but got that ball just too far out from his body. What a special teams play, and it's 1st and goal from the 2.
Tolliver doing a little bit on defense, doing a little bit on offense, and special teams.
So, no surprise here. Ridgewood will go heavy. They got a fullback up in the formation in Tolliver. Carnes behind him. McQueen under center. Sneak up the middle. McQueen looks for room, and he is submarined almost immediately. Whistle blows. He maybe got a 1-yard pickup. Trying to see who comes off the bottom of the pile, who was the one who was immediately in the backfield. Looks like getting pulled up off the ground there. Miles Wolf, the senior, who came streaking through. And it looks like they're going to have the first quarter clock expire. Ridgewood leads 14-0, and they're knocking on the goal line. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Let the experts at Bear Carpet One in Sugar Creek help you pick out the right window treatment for you. Bear is now carrying Alta Window Fashions. Their cost-effective, made-in-America blinds and shades come in many styles. Honeycomb, roller shades, wood, faux wood, aluminum, and vertical blinds. Even custom shutters in many fabrics and materials. Alta blinds and shades can be automated through a remote, smartphone, or even voice. Come check out Bear's Alta display. Bear Carpet One, just off Route 39 in the Salzburg Plaza in Sugar Creek.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza with locations in West Lafayette and Janaden-Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Janaden-Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio on to the second quarter as Ridgewood down at the Claymont 1-yard line. 2nd down and 1 to go. Big special teams play from Bryce Tolliver has them set up to look to go up by 3 scores. McQueen will go under center. Tolliver, your single back. Turns, hands it off. Tolliver up the middle, untouched across the goal line. And Ridgewood, 3 touchdowns on 3 opportunities. The Generals are feeling it early.
Oh, they are, guys. I mean, they're playing some good football right now. Mistake-free is the key, right? I think they've had 1 penalty there to start the game. And, they're executing on defense, they're executing on offense, and that's what you got to do in these big games.
Tolliver has 3 carries, and 2 of them have gone across the goal line. plus the fumble as well. Great game so far for the big man. Extra point up coming from Smolder. Snap comes back. Smolder is through it, and it will just hook into the left upright. 21-0, Ridgewood leads. Big Z Sports will return right after this.
Stepping Stone Crafts and More, located on Macaulay Drive in Uricksville, has everything you need to decorate your home or office for any season throughout the year. Stepping Stone is filled wall to wall with handmade crafts, candles, and more. Plus, when the weather gets better, Stepping Stone expands their selection with a variety of outdoor decor. To see all they offer, stop by 1745 Water Street in Uricksville or find Stepping Stone Crafts and More on Facebook.
The Fraternal Order of Eagles is an international nonprofit organization uniting fraternally in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality to make human life more desirable by lessening its ills and promoting peace, prosperity, gladness, and hope. Locally, the Uricksville Eagles is a proud supporter of not only local school districts, but also local police and fire departments. To learn more about the Uricksville Eagles, they invite you to stop by and see how they are truly people helping people. Back here to Uricksville, the Ridgewood Generals lead the Claymont Mustangs 21-0 as it's time for a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. High school football on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel, brought to you in part by the Kime Company. Kickoff goes away back to one returner back there for the Mustangs at his own 10-yard line. It looks like it's Searcy who will get spun around and dropped at about the 22-yard line, make it the 21. So more great special teams from the Generals there. They got back quickly to cover that kick.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Mustangs are going to be at their own 20 here, and they're going to have to establish a drive here to get back in this football game.
An update for your Stocker Concrete scoreboard, as also on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel, the Newcomerstown Trojans up there at Strasburg leading the Tigers 16-0 in the early goings. So Newcomerstown off to a great start there. That's got some big league implications as well. Indian Valley leads Tusky Valley 21-0 off in a Grady Kinsey scoop and score for the Braves defense. Get you more scores coming up here shortly as Claymont will come out in a shotgun. Two wide receivers right, one left, one running back in the backfield. They'll fake it to him. Golick swings it out to the right side. Nearly a great defensive play in the backfield, and there Ridgewood polishes it off after a pickup of about 2 or 3. It was Bailey there who got the 2-yard reception after a nice nifty move, but got leveled on the sideline.
Yeah, I think it was Talon Carnes that got in there in a hurry, and Bailey made a nice move to get away from him, but this Ridgewood General still there. They had a couple guys get to him, make the tackle for only a 2-yard gain.
Bailey's second reception. New Philadelphia leading West Holmes 7-0 from Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium. In the shotgun, it will be Golick again. Running back to his left in Searcy. Two wide receivers right, one left. They'll turn, they'll hand it off. Up the middle is Searcy. He'll look for room, tries to spin off of one tackle, and Ridgewood there up the middle. It was Carnes again who made the big hit.
Great job by Carnes getting downhill, fill the hole there right on Searcy there to make the tackle there. No gain. It's going to, well, they moved it, looks like a little bit.
Say 1, maybe 1.5 there for Searcy, and quickly now sitting in 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. Golick gets the play call from the sideline. Right now, if you feel the energy level here in the stadium, kind of the energy on this Claymont sideline has been all taken away. It's all Ridgewood right now, and they have come out blazing to start off.
Yeah, Claymont's got to get a big conversion here to get the crowd back into it.
Golick in the shotgun by himself. Back to pass. Pressure up the middle. He'll look and deliver to the right side as he's got a receiver, and another hard hit over there as it was McQueen who knocked the receiver out of bounds, but it is a grab for a First Federal Community Bank first down. And what hands on the sideline by Dawson Matzel, the junior. How did he hold on?
Yeah, pregame there when we were talking, I told you the guy could be a difference maker tonight was going to be Dawson Matzel, and he come up with a big catch for a first down right there.
Matzel's first reception, it's good for 11 yards and moves the sticks. Quickly, left side, Golick swings it out, and it was nearly picked off as the defender came over quickly and nearly jumped in front of that screen attempt. Over there on that sideline for Ridgewood, it was Preston Ader.
Yeah, if he catches that, he's going to the house.
Ader, the senior, actually missed last week's game, and that was somebody that Coach Schlusser said we really missed on the defensive side. You saw it right there.
He timed that up pretty good. He just didn't come down with the ball.
So now 2nd down and 10:15 to go before the halftime break. They'll go 3-by-2, 3 wide receivers left, 2 right. Golick alone in the shotgun again. Motion man from right to left. Bailey will go behind those 3 wide receivers left. They'll go up the middle this time, right into the hands of the receiver, who would get knocked down at about the 44-yard line, maybe give it a 45. Looks like it was Daniel McGarr who gets the 11-yard grab, and another First Federal Community Bank first down.
Nice job of Golick there. Bailey went in motion out there. They were looking at him, and McGarr there snuck underneath. Nice little pass to get the first down.
Normally that area of the field is more of tight end territory. McGarr, not the biggest of guys, but he's got a lot of scrappiness.
Yeah, he's 130 pounds, but he plays like he's 220.
They'll go 3 by 1. Running back in the backfield with Golick. It is Searcy to his left. Golick marking out the linebacker, showing blitz, and here comes Ridgewood. They'll swing it to the left side. That's into the hands of the receiver, who will look for room. It's Bailey who reverses field out to the left. He is strung out and taken down. Maybe a 2-yard pickup that time. Bailey just never really was able to start going north and south.
Yeah, they keep trying to swing that little pass out to Bailey there. You know, Bailey's speed. They're trying to take advantage of the short pass and run, and so far Ridgewood's done a great job of containing him on that.
Did give him credit for a 3-yard pickup that time. Other updates here on your Stocker Concrete scoreboard update. Lindsley has opened up a 7-0 lead over the Dover Crimson Tornadoes over in West Virginia. Malvern up 28-0 on TCC. Garraway leading Sandy Valley by that same score. It is Conotton Valley 12-0 against Steubenville Central Catholic. West Branch up on Carrollton 13-0 in the first. Shotgun again. Golick fakes it, swings it. Left side. Bailey looks for room. Nice block on the edge. Bailey spins around. Has got the first down. Still on his feet at the 40. Now the 35 and ridden out of bounds at the 31-yard line. A 16-yard pickup that time. Actually making a 22-yard pickup that time. They were on the other side of the 50. Great moves by Bailey, but what a block thrown on the edge to give him that sideline.
Yeah, he got the block, and he ended up breaking a couple tackles there, and that's what they've been trying to do here, them quick passes out to Bailey. So first down here for the Mustangs. They're almost in the red zone.
31-yard line of Ridgewood now. This is exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Mustangs. You remember earlier on this season against Smithville, they got off to a rough start. They found themselves behind 2, maybe 3 scores. Started fighting back, ultimately lost the game, though, but it tightened up really as that game wore on. A great response for the Mustangs. They needed here, too. Up the middle, it's Searcy. He's got a lane, and he'll go to the second level at the 25-yard line. 6-yard pickup. They'll take that every time on first down.
Yeah, that was a great run by Searcy there, making this a good second down and manageable for the Mustangs. Look like it's going to need about 4 yards here to get the first down. 4th carry for Searcy. Easton Hersey now checks in on offense for the Mustangs. Here comes McMorrow as well. They'll bring out Bailey. Big shout out to Amici's Pizza. Sure, all these Ridgewood fans on the way home going through West LA, they're going to grab them some Amici Pizza on the way home.
I think Amici's open late on Fridays.
Oh.
Probably for good reason during the high school football season. 2 running backs will go in the backfield now. It is McMorrow who lines up at quarterback. McMorrow ready, gets the snap, turns, hands it off. It's into the hands of Hersey, who will look for room, cuts back up the middle, dives forward, and he is close to the first down marker as he will get dropped at about the 23, maybe get the 22.5-yard line. So a 3-yard pickup brings up 3rd down and 1. First carry from Hersey.
Yeah, you don't see Hersey on the offensive side of the ball much. Took an opportunity there to, he got him some positive yards there, got him in 3rd and short.
Looks like Golick will check back in the game. Hersey will check out. McMorrow also back in as they will take McGarr off.
I thought when we see McMorrow run on there, I thought we were going to see a little direct snap to him there. He looks like he's at the tight end position.
They'll go I form. Golick will line up with Mullen as the fullback, 1 running back behind him. Mullen goes up the middle. He'll try to throw the lead block, and he's got a lot of room for Searcy, who drives forward. He's up to the 17-yard line. 5-yard pickup. Move the sticks, and they're in the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone.
Yeah, nice job by Searcy changing lanes there to get the first down.
Simple, methodical drive. This is for the Mustangs. This is what they were attempting to do, obviously, those first few drives, but nothing really seemed to settle in. Now they've got that rhythm moving.
Yeah, Big opportunity here in the red zone here that they need to cap off this drive.
1 by 1 as they go I-form with Mullen as your fullback, Searcy your running back, Jinks left, Matzel out right. Pitch play, right side, Searcy looks for room, tries to go back behind his lead blocker, and he is met by Ader. He'll leave forward to the 14-yard line, a 4-yard pickup on first down, but Ader met him in the hole and didn't let him go any further.
Ridgewood pursued that real nice, closed that down in a hurry, but, give credit to Searcy there. He turned that play up and got 4 yards for him.
2nd down and 6 now upcoming, 6.5 to go. Coming up will be your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. You can stick here with us or tune in the guys back at the station at 99.9 as they will bring you updates from all around Z Country with our ongoing games tonight. 1 by 1 again in the I-form. Mullen, fullback, Searcy, running back. Under center will be Golick. Matzel right, Jinks left. Play change from the Claymont sideline. Now Golick is ready. Pitch play to the opposite side now. Searcy looks for room. Tries to get a cut back behind Mullen. He's got room and more. He's up to the 10. Now the 9. Spins around. And it looks like he's got enough to move the sticks up to the 8-yard line. That was a pickup of 6, and it's a First Federal Community Bank first down. And the Mustangs are in a goal-to-go situation.
Yeah, they awarded the first down there, and we'll see what they can do here to cap off this drive. They're going to have to put 4 tries to get 8 yards.
Reminder, too, Claymont does receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, this is a big drive, especially when you get back if you can finish this drive and get back on defense like you said.
We said earlier in the pregame about running up the middle is so hard on this Ridgewood defense, and I guess Coach Buddy White and company might have hurt us because they're starting to go towards the edges now. Matzel will check out, and into the game is Parker Haney, the junior. I form again. Golick back to pass, fade to the right side, and he way overshot Haney that time. Incomplete will bring up second down.
Yeah, they kind of took Matzel out there and put in the taller receiver in Parker Haney there. Looks like he's probably about 6'2". They're kind of looking a little bit of a fade there and just a little long for him.
Out of the hands of Golick. That was one of those ones as a quarterback, you look down at your right hand and ask, how did you deceive me? Because you put a little bit too much on it.
Just a little too much.
Checking back into the game will be Mason Bailey again. Quick breather for him. Mustangs knocking on the door. They trail 21-0, but driving. Today's presentation of high school football, in part thanks to the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, 2x3, as Golick will line up in the shotgun by himself. Ridgewood showing pressure again. They'll bring it off the right side. Golick steps up to the pocket. He's got a lot of room to run. He's at the 5, looks for more room, cuts wide, and he will go down at the 5-yard line. They have a 3-yard pickup, and it will bring up third down.
Yeah, Ridgewood did a nice job. Once they seen Golick take off running, it looked like about 6 Ridgewood Generals pursued right to him.
Maybe only a 2-yard gain. They actually marked him back at the 6-yard line. Golick had a lot of room up the middle, but didn't go straight for the goal line. Was just hoping that Ridgewood would over-pursue and he could get the right side, but the Generals snuffed it out. McGarr checks back in. Golick breaks the huddle. Under 5 minutes to go. They'll overload the right side of the line now with 2 wide receivers tight, 1 tight end that side as well. Almost a pistol set as Searcy's kind of almost behind Golick. They'll turn. They'll play fake. Golick rolls to the left. He'll look for a receiver at the goal line. Battle for the ball, and it is knocked away as the Ridgewood defender out there wide. Fantastic job out there, and it looked like knocking it away was number 28. It is Christian Hortzman, the junior.
Yeah, that was great defensive play there. I mean, they were going to look like they were going to Jinx there, and he did a nice job of getting in between Jinx and the ball.
So now here comes more decision time if you're Coach Buddy White and company. Ball at the 6-yard line. You really don't want to see this drive stall, but you do want to put points on the board.
Yeah, you're in a situation here down 21-0. You have to go for it on 4th down here.
It's Brady Fox, the junior, who's back in the game. Big play for the Mustangs. Generals defense looking to bend but not break. 1 running back in the backfield with Golick, 2x2. And somebody got started early. Golick tried to send a man in motion, but the right tackle flinched, and now that makes it harder for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was Zach Egger there. Got a little early start there.
It looked like Golick was trying to motion Searcy out of the backfield, but Searcy did not move, and now it looks like maybe the special teams are coming out here for the Mustangs. Well, I see McMorrow coming out, though, so
I think McMorrow is going to quarterback here.
It does look like that. They will check Jinx out of the ball game as well as Bailey.
Nope, you're right. It's the kicker. I see the bright green shoes there. He is out there.
That will be sophomore Cooper Newton. McMorrow to hold on this kick attempt, which, judging by where McMorrow goes down, it looks like this is going to be about a 23-yard field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold. Newton is through it and is blocked from the edge. It might have been McQueen who got his hand on it. Scramble for the ball as Ridgewood will bounce on it, and it will be the Generals who will take over. And again, the Ridgewood special team shows up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big block right there just to keep points off the board. And, that's going to give them momentum now, to see if they're going to try to go down here and get a score before half.
Newton tried to get a little extra drive into it, a little bit more low on the line drive, but it never could quite clear the line. So Ridgewood, with 4.5 minutes to go here before halftime, they have 2 timeouts left with the 3-score lead. They would love to drive this clock all the way out and punch another one in.
Yeah, they're going to come out, and they're going to have a couple wrinkles in this drive to try to get some big chunk plays to get down the field.
Generals on offense. Almost a trips bunch to the left again as it's McQueen who will line up with Israel to his right. Motion man from left to right. Another motion man in Carnes. They'll go with him on the sweep. He'll look for room, cuts back, sideline at the 25, and driven down after a pickup that time of 6. Nice run on first down there for Carnes, who's been a very busy man here in the first half.
Give a big shout out to Stepping Stones Craft some more right out at Macaulay Drive. If you're looking for them fall decorations, make a stop out there at Macaulay Drive. Pick up some of them great decorations they have.
Got to get the house and the outside looking ready to go for the fall season.
Oh, yeah, got to get it cleaned up.
That's where your honey-do list usually comes into play, too.
I just pawned mine off on my neighbor guy.
Oh, well, that's – who could that be? 2nd down and 4 upcoming. Ball at the 25. McQueen in the backfield with 2 running backs now. They'll fake it to Carnes. It's McQueen straight up the gut. Got a lane at the 30. Now he'll go across the first down marker and still on his feet, driving forward up to the 35-yard line. 10-yard pickup and a First Federal Community Bank first down. McQueen refused to go down, and that's his 3rd carry of this first half that's gone for double digits.
Yeah, McQueen, he's a hard runner. I mean, it's amazing. He's a quarterback, and he's doing some great things. I think he could do a little tailback.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. McQueen, the senior, listed at 5'11", 168, plays a little bit bigger than that. Or a little bit faster, depending on how you want to look at it. Ridgewood breaking the huddle. Generals have not really spread it out wide tonight. Everything's been mostly tight up against the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they must have seen something on film that they like that bunch formation.
McQueen in the shotgun. Israel to his right. He'll turn, gives it off into the belly of Israel. He'll try to break off of one tackle, but he can't get past the second one, and he is driven backwards. A 2-yard loss there for Israel. Claymont not buying the sweep that time, or not biting on the option.
Yeah, that was Easton Hersey from his linebacker position getting in there and got a hold of him and did not let go.
You as the wrestling guy have to love a good ankle pick for a tackle. 2nd down and 12 upcoming. 2:40 to go here in the first half. Hoping coming up in the First National Bank of Denison halftime report that we'll get Claymont Athletic Director Justin Jones to come up here and tell us a little bit about the great things going on here in Mustang country. Tight to the line again, 2 wide receivers left, tight end over there as well. Motion man, Carnes goes into the backfield with Israel and McQueen. Claymont brings pressure up the middle. McQueen just fakes it, and he'll go off the right side, and he is pulled down as it looked like for a minute there that McQueen might have had a lane, but Drayvon Searcy says no, as it's only a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice job by Searcy coming in there, filling that lane, getting a tackle. Here's going to put it 3rd and about 11 here.
So far to this point, we have only seen 1 Ridgewood pass. It was good for the 35-yard touchdown strike. But the Generals have not been afraid to be running it right into the Claymont defense.
No, they're coming out in these sets and they're bunching it all up, and a lot of the runs are right up the middle.
Clock continues to roll. Neither side has tried to stop it at this point. Mustangs again will get the second half kickoff, but if they get a stop here, I'd imagine they'd look to stop the clock. 3rd down and 11. Tight to the line again. 2 tight ends left. 1 wide receiver right. And a timeout for Coach Schlesser. He wants to talk it over. We'll take this Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Looking for a team you can count on? Mustang Trucking in Yurixville is proud to keep America moving mile after mile. Family-owned and community-driven, Mustang Trucking stands behind the values of hard work, dedication, and teamwork, just like the Claymont Mustangs. Proud supporters of Claymont Athletics and the incredible student-athletes who give it their all on and off the field. From the road to the scoreboard, go Mustangs. Mustang Trucking, driven by pride, fueled by community.
Hi, this is Zarek with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. How healthy is the air you breathe? When air quality outside is bad, you can breathe easy inside your home with air purifiers, high-quality air filtration, and other fine products from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are your local trained comfort specialists in downtown Dover, providing 24-hour emergency service since 1981. For all your home comfort needs, call us at 330-343-5511. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. 1.5 minutes to go before halftime. Ridgewood facing a 3rd and 11. Claymont needs the stop as they trail 21-0. High school football lives right here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. This year, thanks to, in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals, feeding champions since 1983. Trips bunch to the right. They'll go on the right side. McQueen will fake it down the field. He'll look for more room, delivers towards the sideline, and there is nobody home. Basically just a throwaway for McQueen. Brings up punt time for the Generals.
Yeah, he was looking to roll out there, and they had a double move on, and Claymont did a good job of sniffing that out, and just McQueen did the right thing, throwed it away here. They're going to punt the ball away and hopefully put their defense out there and stop the drive.
We're just talking about McQueen was perfect on the day, 1 for 1. And all of a sudden that completion percentage drops to 50.
Well, I'm sure if he'd have chucked it up there going for it and it got it picked off, I think he was better off to throw it away so to make Coach Schlusser happy.
Don't get on Coach Schluss's bad side. 2 returners will go back for the Mustangs. That is Jinx and Searcy. Punter in Carnes will go back for Ridgewood. Wobbly snap, but Carnes corrals it, and that one goes skyward towards midfield. It will bounce at about the 46 and take a Claymont roll and down about midfield. It's the 49-yard line, so that's what the Mustangs needed too. Good field position for them. Carnes, I'm not sure what exactly happened, but that one almost went straight up.
Yeah, it wasn't. I thought there for a minute it was going to go out of bounds there, way it come off his foot there, but it landed on the 49 of the Mustangs, and they got all 3 timeouts here at the minute 16, so we'll see what they can do with it.
Carnes, one of the seniors, the type of player who's been having a really nice game in that first half. That one little miscue there, and you saw him just shaking his head and kind of tapping his own helmet. Probably his own worst critic in those moments.
Oh, yeah. An athlete like that, he's going to beat himself up over that one play probably all night here.
Ball at the 49-yard line of Claymont. They'll go 2-by-2. Running back in the backfield is Searcy beside Golick. Golick, straight drop, looks right, delivers towards the sideline. Receiver is there, and it's in and out of his hands, and McQueen levels Fox.
Wow, what a hit by McQueen there.
Third straight incompletion for Golick. Jace McQueen tonight has been hitting hard on the defensive side.
Yeah, he's on a mission, it seems like, tonight on both sides of the ball here. I mean, he's doing a great job on offense, running the offense, and on defense, like you said, he's coming downhill, and he's coming downhill with a purpose.
Official having a little conversation with McQueen. Not about the hit. I think it was, what do we call it, theatrics after the play.
Yeah, he was a little excited about the hit, and he's a little amped up for the game.
He'll line up out here as a defensive back on either Fox or Matzel as they'll go 2 wide receivers stacked on top of each other to the right, spread left. Now they'll stack both sides. 1 wide receiver in the slot. It's a shotgun for Golick by himself. Back to pass, steps up, delivers to the right sideline into the hands of Fox, who looks to make a move, and McQueen corrals him again. No gain that time as it was a hookup into the hands of Fox, but he was going nowhere.
Yeah, we're going to have here, the clock's running here, and we're going to have a 3rd and 10 here. We'll see if the Mustangs are going to try to hurry up here and see if they can get something going down the field here on a long throw.
50 seconds to go before halftime. Claymont does not look to be in a huge hurry at this point. They know they get the second half kick, and assuming, throwing out wide to Fox, hoping he could make a move, make a cut, make somebody miss, and pick up some positive yards. But right now the drive has not gone anywhere for the Mustangs. They'll go 4-by-1. 4 wide receivers left, 1 right. Jinx lines up ISO to the right side by himself. Golick in the shotgun, back to pass. A little bit of pressure now up the middle. He'll be flushed. Golick to his left side, delivers the throw towards the sideline. Diving attempt, and it looked like the receiver hauled it in. It will be a pickup maybe of 2 yards and a timeout there called by Ridgewood.
Yeah, Ridgewood's going to take that timeout and force him to punt the football away here with 20 seconds left here to see if they can make something happen on a return.
We'll keep it right here as hauling in that reception on that sideline. Looked like it was Parker Haney, his first reception of the ballgame. Yeah, if you're Coach Schlusser over there too, you were probably thinking to yourself, you were hoping he just dropped it. You didn't have to burn your last time out if he did.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Schlusser, they give him the opportunity too. Like when that happened, like he could have let it run, but he's going to let's make him punt it. I mean, because a high snap, anything could happen. Block punt. Let's see if he comes for it.
Not only that, you've got some dangerous returners who go back there. We've already mentioned Carnes a couple times tonight, but you got a lot of speed from some other guys who will go back as well. We'll see which ones that they do actually put back deep. Carnes is walking back. It looks like Preston Ader might also be the other one who's going back deep.
Yeah, they're running the punt team out. McMorrow's back to, accept the snap from long snapper Heston Kramer.
Well, it will be Carnes who lines up by himself. Ridgewood's not necessarily buying the punt because they've got, outside of Carnes who's back deep, they kind of have a normal defensive look.
Yeah, they're playing for the fake here.
McMorrow drives it. Nice line drive punt. It will go back. It will angle towards the sideline, and they wisely keep it out of the hands of Carnes. Let's see where the officials do mark it out. Looked like it went about at the 22-yard line, so just with 14 and a half seconds. Not sure that it will be the Generals who look to do anything crazy here. They marked it at the 25.
16-yard.
Yeah, they might just come out and take a knee now. They were probably just trying to create an opportunity for a return to see what they could do with it, but we'll see if they come out and run a play.
Something tells me McMorrow had no intention of putting that back into the hands of a returner.
Well, I'm sure the coach, Buddy White, said, hey, whatever you do, try to kick it towards one of the sidelines here and keep it away from them.
Judging by what it looks like, they're going to be coming out in a formation. They've got a man way back to prevent anything here. I think they're just going to have McQueen drop down to an E. And sure enough, they will. That'll do it for our first half of action here from Uricksville as it's Ridgewood leading Claymont 21-0. Time for your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Well, if you're the Generals, I don't think you could have scripted a better first half.
No, I mean, like I said, I think they've only had one penalty, and that was to start the game. And after that, they were pretty much played some perfect football.
For the Claymont Mustangs, some things that they're going to be talking about in that locker room that they're going to have to polish up. We'll tally up some stats and bring those to you from this first half. Break that down and hopefully be hearing from Athletic Director Justin Jones coming up here for halftime. 21-0, Generals lead the Mustangs. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
The American Professional Truck Driving School by Buckeye Career Center offers hands-on CDL training and expert-led classroom instruction to prepare you for success. Already trained elsewhere? No problem. Complete testing on-site at U.S. America CDL Test Center by Buckeye Career Center. Register for training or to take your CDL test by calling today. Get the skills, get certified, get on the road with Buckeye Career Center.
Are you a compassionate caregiver looking for a career with purpose? Second Family Home Care and Support Services is now hiring home health aides and STNAs. We offer competitive wages, flex time scheduling, and employment rewards because we believe in supporting the people who support others. Start your journey with a company that truly cares. Visit careers.secondfamily.com to apply today or contact them at 740-462-3152.
Gillen Body Shop knows that when their business is needed, it's never planned and it can cause quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for their customers by making sure the work is completed right the first time. Gillen Body Shop has experienced staff that give all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philadelphia. Find them on Facebook.
The Sarchone name has always been known for truck sales, and once you see our inventory, you'll understand why. At Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, you'll find the largest selection of new trucks and SUVs in the area. Shop our inventory at sarchonecdjr.com or stop in and visit us on the corner of Route 30 and Route 94 in Dalton. Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get your own at Sarchone.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athlete has the best gear for the sports they play. Dumont's has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing as well as embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and for all your apparel needs, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Ready to go hog wild for game day grilling? Rody's IJ has meat deals that'll make your spatula do a touchdown dance.
Scott, did you say hog wild? I already painted my chest and tackled my neighbor's dog.
USDA bone-in pork loin chops, $3.28 a pound. Bone-in sirloin roast, just $2.48 a pound.
That's cheaper than a ref's bad call.
Boneless Western-style pork ribs, $3.28 a pound. Whole pork shoulder, $1.98 a pound.
I'm emotionally unprepared for this joy.
Ground round, cube steak, and 2-pound grapes for $3.98. Strawberries for $4.78.
I'm bringing my grill, and maybe put a shirt on.
All this week at Rody's IJ Millersburg. Don't miss it.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov
or go to empowertusk.com.
First National Bank of Denison halftime report here from Uricksville as the Ridgewood Generals lead the Claymont Mustangs 21-0. Starting off our halftime report, though, Joining us up here from right beside the press box, it is Athletic Director Justin Jones. Boy, am I happy that football weather's back. I know you are too.
Oh yeah, I love it. Love having like the weather, the nice stands full of people, and just the crispness.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because I know you as an athletic director, that definitely makes you happy. Absolutely packed house here tonight. Something we always expect from the Claymont community. Always going to be a packed house.
Yeah, I feel like we always have a following. It doesn't matter the sport, how good we're doing, how bad we're doing. In between, we have a very supportive community. It seems like when things get tough around here, they come together, and when things are going well, they still come together.
Now, obviously, you know, the first half not necessarily going how the Mustangs wanted, but something we were talking about in the pregame, though, I mean, on the cusp right now of a playoff berth, something that hasn't happened in a while for Mustangs football. I know that's an exciting time. Obviously, still some work to be done here in this game and next week, but, you know, a playoff game would mean a lot for Claymont.
Yeah, I mean, playoff game, I think the last time they played in the playoffs was 1992. You know, we're in a unique situation here. I mean, obviously, we want to win out. We'd love to beat, you know, Ridgewood here tonight and come back and travel down the way to that school to our other way.
I knew it was coming.
And, you know, maybe knock those guys off. And if we did, we for sure have a home playoff game and be in the playoffs. You know, when you look at some of these websites, they predict that we still could host a home playoff game, whether we win out or lose out. But, you know, we're just happy to know that we're in the hunt. You know, the expectation we have is a little different, but it's also, you know, we're happy to be a part.
Yeah, I mean, and it's been what the excitement is for this community. You know, a couple of losses this year, but just given what you guys have done this year on the football field, I know has everybody really excited and really buzzing with Coach Buddy White and everything that's been happening, you know, in terms of just those wins that have come so far this year. I know it has to be refreshing for you, too, as an athletic director.
It's very refreshing. I can honestly say that it's been a long time coming since I've been here. I'm wrapping up my 8th fall here, and you know, the kids have really bought in, and not just into, you know, Coach White, but a lot of our athletic programs. And I think we're turning the corner a little bit in everything. And it started last year with baseball, you know, playing in the district final game. The off season, like, the kids bought into the weight room, the 6 a.m. lifting with Coach White, and then coming after school, they couldn't make 6 a.m. And you really saw the difference in the baseball team. And that's carried over into, you know, some of the wrestlers in the fall, like right now, like they're lifting, they're working hard. Girls basketball players getting shots up. Boys basketball players, they're doing some CrossFit out at Barbell's gym.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they're getting after it too, and they're still doing some weight room stuff.
Oh, to be young again.
Yes. You know, Gary Watkins got some busy and keeps them busy, and, you know, I don't think he does a lot of the CrossFit stuff, but I know he still shoots with them, and you know, he can still knock down a jumper.
I'm going to ask him that the first basketball game we have, how much he's been doing with that.
I would love for you to do that and maybe play him in a game of horse.
No.
I would definitely put my money on Gary.
You have never seen me shoot a basketball, and I can promise you that was a right bet.
I'm sure.
Well, you know, this is an interesting time of the year. You know, we're talking about the end of the regular season for football. For you guys in an athletic department standpoint, it's a really busy time because, you know, got all these other sports that are just about to start with all these fall ones ending.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's that transition time. Everybody says, I bet you're glad, like, the season's wrapping up, and it's kind of like, no, because we're doing, you know, banquets for this team, banquets for that team, getting these awards, those awards, and then we're also, you know, working on, like, hey, you know, the basketball coach needs, you know, more basketballs, needs slip knot pads, and, you know, whatever it is, and the training room needs restocked, and so there's just a little bit of everything going on, and then you're working on schedules for, you know, a year out. We just wrapped up, you know, volleyball last night, and I got next year's volleyball schedule all completely done, middle school and high school. And we got football scheduled out for another 2 years, but it's just that, like, you just constantly are checking, working on other random things. So when they think the season's over, it's really not. It's just busy doing something else.
Well, there's a whole lot of hands that go into that. I know with some of the scheduling and stuff, you're at the spearheading that. But, you know, I always love that coming down here and watching a game for the Mustangs. You know, you have a lot of people who are in and out doing their part and helping out.
Yeah, like I always say when we go over to the Denizen Yard in the fall there, I always say, like, we're fortunate. We have a ton of people that want to help. You know, they may not be able to, you know, physically be here, but they can, like, do something from home and give it to you, or they're good about, like, you know, hey, can you help us do this, or can you stand at the gate? And these guys and ladies are very, very more than willing to do, and that's where we're very fortunate.
Now, something I definitely wanted to ask about. Last time I think we were here, we had your girls wrestling coach come up and talk. But girls wrestling here in Claymont is something that has just exploded over the past couple of years since it's really been introduced. And you guys, in terms of this area, kind of are almost the epicenter of where girls wrestling is really getting its popularity right now. And I know that's an exciting thing.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We're kind of trying to do it the right way and starting at the foundation. We have had like girls wrestling inside of our wrestling program. We no longer call it boys wrestling; we call it wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because we do have some girls that are on our team, but they actually wrestle only girls. They practice by themselves. And this year we're going to have about 8 girls, which is more than some high schools have for boys teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then our middle school is going to have 14 to 16. And what's crazy about that is like, it's just shocking how quickly they've gotten there.
Mm-hmm.
And then within like 2 more years, we could have like over 20 girls at our high school. And it's kind of like unique, but it's also very interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I have a niece that wrestles. She's 8 years old. She loves it. And she comes down and like she'll watch the boys wrestle here sometimes. And she always asks, well, where are the girls? Or where's so-and-so? Because she knows some of the girls. And like, it's interesting because the girls really gravitate towards it that are younger and like actually know what's going on. And Todd Marsh does a great job along with the others on the wrestling staff that help him. Our youth wrestling it's crazy when I tell people like we have over 100 kids that wrestle in our biddy wrestling.
We've seen the pictures and it's just mind-blowing sometimes.
It's almost insane because it just doesn't make sense. And then you're like, well, do they understand? And it's like, no, they really don't understand. But then when they do figure it out, they still stick around.
It's laying that groundwork.
Yes, it's 100% laying the groundwork. It's like laying the block to a brand new building, and it's in the dirt. And that's kind of where this is with the girls wrestling. But at this point, like we're getting ready to put the siding on, because literally, like they've put a ton of work in. The girls wrestling is probably one of our most attended, practices that are not in season. And also in the weight room, they've bought into the weight room all summer. It's actually really refreshing to see the girls working really hard and getting stronger and enjoying it.
Something I do have to ask, though. Has the niece practiced any takedowns on Uncle Justin yet, though?
No.
That day will come, right?
No. Todd has worked with my niece. She loves it. Todd loves her. I get all the time that she wants to be a Mustang, but, she lives up in East Canton where I grew up, and they wrestle over at Canton South and a few other places, and, bless her heart, she loves it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope as she gets older, she still enjoys it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing at the end of the day, too, with all of these sports. I mean, as a school district, you guys want to see wins, you want to see championships, you want to see all that. But at the end of the day, you want to see those life skills learned, and you just want to see the fun out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things about, like, that gets lost at times is, like, it's a student athlete, and the focus is on the extracurricular portion of the education.
Mm-hmm.
And in sports, we're talking about, kids that are, like, learning how to, like, collaborate with others, work together as a team. Like, even as wrestling or track, like, you're working inside of a team, like, foundation because it's a team sport, even though it's individualized. So it's actually really nice. And I say all the time, we have some of the nicest kids. Like, I just hope that, like, it carries over into, like, their work life. And as they graduate and move on, not only do they represent, like, their families, but they represent the Claymont community as well, in the same fashion that they do now.
Well, speaking of those extracurriculars, the Claymont Mustang Marching Band out there, obviously putting in their hard work as well. Athletic Director Justin Jones, we really appreciate your time coming up here and talking with us at halftime. And hey, we'll see what the second half holds, huh?
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. And as I always like to end things with you guys, thanks for coming out and having me, and go Mustangs.
And we always appreciate your time. Stay tuned. We got more of the First National Bank of Denison halftime report on the way.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
At Harts's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Harts's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans. First Federal Community Bank, serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Welcome back to your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Halftime clock ticking away as the Claymont Mustangs marching band still out there on the field. Before we take our final time out of this halftime break and return here for second half action, wanted to run through some of the stats there in the first half. It was Jace McQueen who found Logan Reidenbaugh for a 35-yard touchdown. Bryce Tolliver off to the races for a 45-yard touchdown run straight up the gut. Then a 1-yard touchdown run later on for Tolliver. So far to this point, Keith, Ridgewood has not really run many plays at all offensively. They have taken advantage of some Claymont miscues, some short fields, and they have burned them on a couple big pop plays. You're the Generals. You haven't really had to dig down deep in terms of the real gritty, grind it out, up the middle runs and such. That's going to be making them feel positive.
Oh, I got to feel real good. I mean, you come out, you're executing when you're on the field, and you're taking advantage of short fieldage. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you're just playing good football, staying out of trouble, And, Claymont right now, they got to fix some of this stuff coming out after half.
For Ridgewood, Jace McQueen is 1 for 2 with that 35-yard touchdown strike, and it's the only reception, of course, with Reidenbaugh. Talon Carnes, 7 carries, 32 yards. Jace McQueen, 5 carries, 37 yards. Tolliver has 3 carries, 49 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Logan Israel so far, 2 carries, no yards for him. Haven't had to really use him that much so far.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. You got a kid like Israel who could come out and run for 100 yards for you, but right now he doesn't have to. And, right now McQueen's doing what he does, and he's controlling the offense, and Tolliver is just being Tolliver.
Yeah. For the Claymont Mustangs, meanwhile, it's been a little bit of a hit and miss in terms of their passing game. Mason Bailey has 4 receptions so far to this point. He totals about 38 yards on those 4 receptions. Got a little bit of open space on 1 or 2 of them, but overall, Ridgewood's been keeping everything in front of him. Carson Golick, I will say, for the most part, it has been a pretty clean pocket. He's had a couple times where he's had some pressure and had to move the pocket, but overall, the Claymont offensive line is doing a pretty good job in terms of keeping that pocket clean for him. Now it's on the receivers. They got to find open space.
Yeah, they got to give him space. They were doing a lot of the short passes and trying to turn the short pass into runs, and Ridgewood just did a nice job of breaking down and getting them, keeping them 2 to 3 yards.
7 carries so far for Dravon Searcy, as he has gone for about 32 yards on those 7 carries. Outside of that, not really a whole bunch of totes for anybody else. There are 4 other receivers for Claymont outside of Bailey who have caught a pass, but again, everything mostly kept in front of them. So eventually, we're going to see the Mustangs. They're going to have to take the top off of this Ridgewood defense.
Yeah, they got to, and I think they're going to have to attack the secondary to do it, because right now they are not having great success running the football, because if you look at the stat, it's playing right into Ridgewood's hand. 32 yards of rushing at halftime. They give up 69 a game. They're doing what they do.
Well, as a team, 45 yards so far for the Mustangs with those 3 other players who have carried the rock, but still kind of pretty much right where you'd expect it.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing their job on the rushing game, on the rushing side of the ball there on the defense for Ridgewood, and, if you're going to find a hole, it's probably going to have to be in the secondary here in the second half.
Stay tuned with us. We're going to take our final Cush Financial Group timeout of this halftime report. When we return, second half on the way from Uricksville. It'll be Mustangs ball. They trail the Generals 21-0. Your home for IVC football is right here with Big Z Sports.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast professional service to get back on the road? MPAC Collision offers 2 locations, Newcomerstown and Strasburg, to help you out. Whether you need auto glass repair, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just need a free estimate, MPAC Collision has you covered. So the next time you need a repair, visit MPAC Collision online at mpactcollision.com and start your free estimate and learn all about what MPAC Collision can do for you.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Second half on the way here live from Uricksville. It will be the Claymont Mustangs to receive from the Ridgewood Generals on this Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff on the way. Priority number 1, Keith, you got to find a way to get some points up on the scoreboard. It's going to have to be that slow, methodical drive, which we are hoping to see from the Mustangs. But is this the prime opportunity to try to pull something out of the bag of tricks just to get the momentum back on your side?
Yeah, I think you got to come out, and I think you got to try to move the ball as quick as you can, strike as quick as you can, hopefully end in a touchdown here to get back in this game, then put together a defensive stance, because at some point you have to make that happen to get back in this football game.
Will be Jackson Jinks far side away from us. Travon Searcy near side for the return for Claymont. Jaden Smolder about set for that kickoff. This is always the part of the game that I have to chuckle at, because all the players are about ready to go. They're out on the field, but we can't tee the ball up until the clock hits 0.
Yep, got to hit 00, reset the clock, and they'll let us get going here.
And there it is as we wait for the clock reset. Thanks for tuning in on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. And hopefully you tuned in with the guys back in studio for their First National Bank of Denison halftime report. We'll bring you some scores from around Z Country here in just a little while, as the playoff positioning has certainly begun all over the place.
Yeah, week 9, you start looking at some of the things, and they say teams are controlling their own destiny. So this is when it starts this week right here.
Smolder is ready. Whistles blow. Claymont back for the return. Mustangs looking to put together a drive to chip into this Ridgewood lead. We are underway in the second half. Deep kickoff as Searcy will field it at his own 11-yard line. He'll look for room behind his blockers. He'll cut up at the 35. Now the 30. He'll get up to the 35 and lean forward to the 38. Nice return by Searcy. Real patient, kind of picked and chose his lanes.
Yeah, returned it up to their 38. Great field position to start this drive. Let's see what Claymont comes out here and establishes.
Kind of stumbled there on that return initially when he caught it at his own 11. You and I kind of wondered if he was going to be able to keep his footing, but a great job by Searcy. Great running back for this Claymont team. 7 carries, the leading ball carrier for the Mustangs in that first half. Now you find yourself down by 3 scores. It's kind of hard to put it in his hands a whole bunch just because you find that deficit. Looks like McMorrow will check out of the game for Claymont. They're going to go under center this time, as Golick will have 2 tight ends. Actually, they'll stack both wide receivers either side of the formation. It's a pitch play to Searcy. Right on cue as he'll go up the middle. He's at the 40, gets into the second level, leans forward, and he'll go down at the 44-yard line. Pickup of 6 there. Nice first down carry.
Yeah, way to start there. Positive yardage on the first play here after half. Looks like it's going to set up about a second in here and about 4 yards or 5 yards in here.
We just said about kind of hard to put it in Searcy's hands because you don't want to run the ball a bunch down by 3 scores, but they said, nope. We trust his playmaking ability.
Yeah, they were pretty confident. I was talking to one of the coaches for the game, and they felt like they could establish the run, and it looks like they're going to come out and try to reestablish it in the second half.
They'll spread things out here, keep 2 tight ends, actually more like 2 wingbacks either side of the formation. Lone running back in Searcy, as it was Golick under center. He'll get past the initial contact, past the point of contact there in the line of scrimmage. He'll get up 1 yard up the field to the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard carry. Now we're back to third, and we'll call it medium.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up here. They got to execute this third down here and keep the chains moving here to stay in this football game.
Logan Israel with the tackle there defensively. 3rd down and 3 upcoming. Ridgewood's hallmark of their defense so far, we talked about it in the pregame, they are not really big this year in terms of across in the box or across the line, but everybody is so quick to the ball. That speed's paying off for the Generals.
Yeah, they get to the ball as a team, and that's the thing, and then they're executing, and they're not letting, they don't miss a lot of tackles.
3-by-2 as Golick will be by himself in the shotgun. Heels at his own 40-yard line. He'll go back to pass, looks up the middle, now pump fakes it. He'll roll to the right side. He'll look for room. He's going to try to lean forward towards the sticks. It's going to be close as he'll scamper out of bounds. We'll see where they officially mark it, and it looks like he'll be about a yard short. So Golick gets the 2-yard gain on the carry, but it brings up 4th down and 1.
Wow, short of the sticks there. He had Bailey on an underneath route. Looks like he was right there to get the first down. They had that covered up. Ridgewood safety come downhill quick, and Golick tucked it down and ran.
McMorrow will check out, checking in. Senior Dustin Rose as well as junior Dawson Matzel. Now McMorrow will come back in. It looks like he was getting the play call. They'll check out Bailey. Going to probably go heavy here. No hesitation by the Mustangs. Going to go for it. And they're going to line up Mullen in the backfield now as the fullback. He'll line up in front of Searcy. And a timeout there quickly called by the Mustangs. It's a Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden. Your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostics equipment. Whether your vehicle needs regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. 4th down and 1, a big play here for the Mustangs as Mullen will line up as your Wildcat quarterback. He'll take the snap, straight up the gut, dives over the middle, close off the back of his center, and judging by the spot, it's going to depend on if this is a stand or not, and quickly they signal Ridgewood ball. Mullen went up the middle and went skyward. Linebackers came up and met him in the hole, and it's a turnover on downs.
What a big stand by Ridgewood right there. Come right up. They brought in the Mullen to run the Wildcat there, and they just filled the hole right there, and he's short of the first down here. It's going to be Ridgewood's ball.
So Ridgewood will take over as Mullen went straight up the gut. Looked like he had a little bit of a lane, then left his feet. I do not know which linebackers it was who met him in the hole. That is not an easy guy to stop all that momentum. But the Ridgewood defense stands. So they will bring out with an I formation now. Up, take it back. It's a pistol as McQueen will line up in front of one running back. Motion man from left to right. Carnes fake to him, go to Israel, and it's a false start. Not sure who got started early, but somebody was a little twitchy there for the Generals.
Yeah, that's kind of how they started the first play of the game.
It looked almost identical.
Yeah, it was, and it's like then they come out in the second half and did the same thing.
So Ridgewood will backpedal 5 yards after that turnover on downs. I don't know what it is. We got to ask Coach Schlusser about what it is about his defensive line. We said they were kind of undersized this year, but still somehow so stout in that run game.
Yeah, I mean, you put the defensive line with the linebackers. They just do a phenomenal job on the run game.
They'll go pistol set again. One tight end left side, two wide receivers stacked on top of each other. Motion man left to right. Carnes fake to him. McQueen cut back to the right. He's got a little bit of a lane. Now he's up to the 45 and has his legs taken out from under him. Nice tackle on the edge by Searcy, but still a pickup there that gets them the penalty yardage back, +2.
Yeah, nice job by McQueen there to get that yardage back for him. Now they're in 2nd down and 8 here, and manageable 2nd down.
Ball at the 45-yard line of the Mustangs. Maverick Lockard will bring in the play call to McQueen. Lockard, another name we've only said about once or twice tonight, does not have an official stat in the book. Another weapon that Ridgewood could utilize, but so far things working out well for him.
I think we're going to see a Talons Carnes play right here.
He'll motion into the backfield, two running backs either side of McQueen. He'll get a low snap as he pulls it off the turf, goes straight up the middle, breaks off of one tackle, and he is corralled at the 40-yard line. A 5-yard pickup that time, and that will move things to 3rd down and short.
5 yards, tackle on the play by Hersey.
Yeah, McQueen did a nice job there getting that snapped and then going. It looked like it touched the turf. Then to come back up with it and then get some yardage.
Somebody from the right side of that Claymont defensive line was in the backfield quickly, but having those two running backs back there just kind of chipping on that defensive end or the defensive tackle who came in was more than enough to give McQueen the lane.
Yeah, that's all you need to do is a little chip there to give him the lane.
3rd down and 3, and they'll go heavy I as McQueen's going to go under center. Two fullbacks and a running back. Tolliver, the first man up in the line. McQueen turns, gives it off, straight up the gut, and a lot more. 35 for Carnes. He's down at the 30, gets to the right sideline. 20, 15, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. A big pickup there of 26 for Carnes.
Yeah, nice jobs by Carnes there. He hits the hole and he bounced it outside, turns it into a big gain. Puts him in that Jeff Wallach LLC red zone.
Carnes starting off the second half in a big way. 8.5 to go here as the clock stops as he went out of bounds. Carnes, as you mentioned, a track star and listed at 5'8", 165, but as we said last week, runs a lot stronger than that. They'll go I form. Tolliver's the lone running back. McQueen motions Lockard from right to left. They'll fake it to him. Now McQueen looks for the right side, take it back. It was into the hands of Lockard. He gets about a yard before he is stood up and dropped. Only a pickup of 1, and McQueen had me fooled. I thought he still had it and was going off to the right side.
Oh, looks like we're going to have some activity after the play here. We got a late flag coming in.
Late flag, and I'm not sure who that would potentially be on. You do have a Claymont player over there talking to the official. Always hard to tell whenever you go, you're all locked up in the pile like that. Usually something could have been said, and it's on the Generals as it will back them up 15 on the personal foul. That could be a very costly mistake if you're Ridgewood.
Yeah, that's a big penalty right there, and couple plays previous to that when there was a little bit of activity there between the Generals and the Mustangs out of bounds. So seems like it's getting a little chippy here late.
Well, and remember, we said in the pregame, you cannot make those kind of penalties, those kind of mistakes. That is putting yourself that far behind the sticks here, especially when you've driven down into the red zone. Now all of a sudden you're putting yourself out of scoring position.
Yeah, now you're 2nd and 25, and that's a lot of ground to make up.
2nd and 25 at the ball at the 29-yard line. So you're putting yourself kind of on your back foot. We'll see what the Mustangs have dialed up, or pardon me, the Generals rather have queued up as Tolliver will get the play call and come in from the sideline. Easy for me to say.
Yeah, it looks like Tolliver here. He's going to spread out here with the trips here to the right.
They'll go spread to the right with a shotgun with McQueen with one running back in the backfield with him in Israel. Claymont shows a late blitz. They'll bring it up the middle. McQueen rolls to the right, and there's going to be basically a tackle in the backfield as Mullen was taken down. McQueen will scamper to the right and find the sideline and go out of bounds, but they're moving back another 10 yards as Mullen got wrestled to the ground.
Yeah, 2 big penalties back-to-back for Ridgewood. They're not helping themselves right now.
It's the white hat in the back who got the pocket out of his, or the flag out of his pocket. Mullen is not an easy guy to try to move off of his lane whenever he's slanting in from this defensive tackle position.
No, he got a great break, and he was getting in there, and the guy just figured, well, I'm just going to go ahead and tackle him.
Guilty party. Looks like it was senior Jacob Jones for the Generals. Trying to break our mixer here.
Don't do that.
We'd have to call the rest of the game. We'd have to yell pretty loud for anyone to hear it. That'll move the ball back to the 39-yard line. It is 2nd down, and let's see, a trip to Carrollton from here?
Yeah, you're pretty close to Carrollton. Might be getting out to Amsterdam.
Shotgun formation. McQueen has Tolliver to his right. He'll go back to pass, looks to the right side, fakes the screen that way. He'll throw back to the left to Tolliver, and it was nearly picked off as the linebacker came over late, and it was just over the head of Tolliver. Looked like the linebacker
That's
who was
Easton Hersey, I believe.
It was Easton Hersey, and he had 6 all over his eyes there, but it was just over his fingertips.
Yeah, Easton's not a very tall guy, and he jumped for her.
Gave about all he could. Now 3rd down and 35.
Hersey's a senior, and he's laying it all out tonight. He's been all over the field making tackles tonight, and he's playing hard on the defense for the Mustangs.
Yeah, absolutely no quit in this Mustangs team at any point, really throughout this entire season. It's been a lot of grit for them. Cameron will check out of the ball game for Claymont. Logan Arnold, the sophomore, will come in as an outside linebacker. They'll go pistol set. McQueen will line running back in Israel right behind him. And a flag immediately, and I don't know if play clock had run down to 0. So now if you're the Generals on this 3rd and 40, might just be looking to run it up the middle. That might have been a strategic penalty to just give you more room to punt it.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, Coach Lutcher, what he's thinking over there. He's got a plan.
We don't doubt that in the least. Pistol set again. McQueen has Israel behind him. That same formation, stacked 2 wide receivers to the right, tight end on that side of the line. Line goes down. McQueen motions Carnes from right to left. They'll fake it to him. It's McQueen off the right side. Gets a big block in the backfield, but he is corralled and wrestled down at the 41-yard line. Pickup of 3 there for McQueen, but it will be punt time.
Yeah, someone threw a big block on Mullen. He was looking for a backside block, but it was a pretty clean hit.
Actually gave him a pickup of 4 that time for McQueen. There has been no shortage of physicality from either side. It's been this Ridgewood defense that we've seen throwing a lot of hard licks out there, but even in the blocking game, they're doing a pretty good job of that as well. Ball at the Claymont 40. Will be punt time as Carnes goes back. 2 returners in Searcy and Jinks for the Mustangs. Good snap into the hands of Carnes, who will put it away. That one kind of like a cue shot at the end of his foot. It'll be into the hands of Searcy, who will fair catch it at the 11-yard line. Nice focus there from Searcy as he had a gunner who was standing right beside him, and he was barking at him.
Yeah, he was ready. Searcy was kind of looking late like he did want to try to return it, but the right thing to do was call for fair catch there.
Ridgewood's defense comes back out, and so far pitching the shutout have not given Claymont much. Mustangs did drive almost on the cusp of the red zone earlier in the ball game, but some costly miscues for them have them trailing 21-0.
I think at some point the Mustangs got to bring in their Wildcat package with McMorrow and try to do a little bit with him because he's a good runner, and plus he can throw out of that, and he's threw a 60-yard touchdown earlier in a year with it.
They'll spread 3 wide receivers right. Golick into the hands of Searcy. Searcy up the middle. He's got a big hole, 15, 20. Now we'll try to break off the safety, and he will at the 25, and he's wrestled down. A 14-yard pickup for Javon Searcy. Ball came out, but the official does signal down by contact.
Yeah, the Ridgewood guys were coming in there to make the play, and another guy come in there, and he was ripping at the football. So probably on Searcy's part, he kind of put himself on the ground.
Ridgewood's entire coaching staff was running down to the first down marker, hoping to see the fumble. Actually, I think it was a Ridgewood player who did eventually pick it up, so it would have been General's ball again, would have been another turnover force, but regardless, it stands a 14-yard pickup for Searcy, and so far to this point, biggest run of the night for the Mustangs. They'll flip the formation, 3 spread left, Searcy left side of Golick. Turns, hands it off, Searcy with a lane, but he didn't get much as he'll lean forward, maybe a 3-yard pickup there as Ridgewood collapses in the box.
Yeah, they're staying committed to that run with Searcy. You know, he just broke one off there. He come back to Searcy again. So the Mustangs are staying committed to that run game.
Ball sits at the 28-yard line of Claymont. Of course, for all the latest scores going on in Z Country tonight, check out the Big Z Sports Facebook page. All of the hard work of our stringers out there right now getting all those updates. Something one Keith Thomas might know a little something about.
Yeah, that's kind of what I usually do. I enjoy it a bunch. It's good to be on the sidelines.
Shotgun. They'll go 2-by-1, make it 3-by-1 as they motion Searcy to left. Golick goes back to pass, fakes down the field. Now there's going to be a hold. Golick still scrambling out, and he'll look to throw it away as he'll go down the field. And Jinx is there for the jump ball, but it's knocked away, and it is Jace McQueen again. But it is a holding in the pocket, so regardless, the play will come backwards.
Yeah, that's going to back him up there good ways here.
Ferris Chevrolet scoreboard update. New Philadelphia leads West Holmes 14-7. At halftime, Parker Rieger to C.J. Carlisle for a 40-yard touchdown. Newcomerstown up on Strasburg 24-7 in the third quarter. Looks like Lindsley on Dover 14-7 so far here in the third quarter. Indian Valley at the half on Tusky Valley 48-0. Riker Williams with a pair of touchdown passes to Colt James. Malvern up on TCC 49-0 at the half. Garraway with the same score over Sandy Valley in the third quarter. Steubenville Central Catholic has come from behind and taken the lead on Conotton Valley 21-18. West Branch up big on Carrollton. Fairless and Northwest tied at 7 apiece in the third. And Edison and Harrison Central locked at 13 apiece in the second quarter. Brady Heyer a pair of touchdown passes there for the Huskies. Golick will hand it off. Searcy goes to the right side and almost nowhere to go. Maybe a half-yard pickup, and quickly now the Mustangs find themselves in the third down spot.
Yeah, give a big shout-out to Mustang Trucking here in the Twin City area. Hot Shot Trucking Company can haul all your needs, multiple states. Give them a call. Reach out to Nathan Richardson and his team.
Big supporters of the, I'd say, Claymont Athletic Department, but Claymont City School District, period. Third down and 17 upcoming. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third, a third quarter that has flown by. Mustangs break the huddle. 3 wide receivers left, 2 right. Golick by himself in the shotgun. Ridgewood showing a late blitz again. They'll back it off this time and only rush 3. Golick tries to step up in the pocket, delivers it down the field, and in and out of the hands of McGarr, the receiver, as it would have been about a 20-yard hook up there, but just a bit too much on it as McGarr couldn't corral it.
Yeah, that would have been a big play for the Mustangs. That would have been enough for a first down. Looks like they're going to run the punt team out here. McMorrow is going to be coming in to punt the ball away.
Down 21-0, but still very far in deep in their own territory.
This has got to be a perfect snap right here. You know, you don't want to miscue right here and where they're at with punting this football away from their own 17 here.
Lockard and Carnes will go back deep for Ridgewood. McMorrow, like Keith said, have his heels on his own 5-yard line. Is a good snap, and McMorrow drives it away. A booming punt that time. Lockard was going to try to catch it on the run. It scrambles around, and Claymont will down at about the 48-yard line. There were 2 Ridgewood returners who were standing right beside it, and somehow that ball didn't bounce off.
Yeah, that was dangerous because when that ball started bouncing around, it looked like it could have bounced off one of those guys, and that was could have been a big miscue.
Generals will start in plus territory. Ball sits at the 48-yard line of Claymont. How about initially, there's not any wind really going on here tonight, and it looked like that one was a booming punt that time from McMorrow, but it just kind of lost speed when it got towards midfield.
Yeah, when it left his leg, I thought, man, this is a beauty. Then, like you said, when it got towards up to midfield there, just kind of like it died.
I think that's Lockard wasn't even expecting that either because he was going to try to catch it on a short run, but then he had to sprint. Generals going to go with another interesting formation here. 2 wide receivers either side of the formation, isoed out, 2 tight ends. McQueen under center, no running back. They'll turn. It's a sweep. It's Carnes from left to right. He'll look for a stiff arm, and he is met at the 46-yard line and driven down. And it looked like the ball came out, and it did. That might have been Ethan Fair who stripped it away, and it's Nolan McMorrow who comes away with it.
Yeah,
a huge defensive play.
Yeah, big play by 2 seniors right there. Looks like it's going to be the Mustangs' ball here. Looks like on about their own 46-yard line.
McMorrow with the recovery and Fair knocking it out. You know, that was something way back when we had the Keim Company extra point shows early in the season. We had the Claymont Mustangs, and Ethan Fair was one of the players who was in. You know, they said Ethan might not be the guy who stuffs the stat column, who make a lot of tackles and such, but he might not be the one who makes the flashy plays, but he knows how to step up in a big moment, and that was it right there. And wrestling the ball away from Carnes, that is no easy task. They'll go with a shotgun empty set, 2 by 3. Motion man, left to right is Fox. They'll put it in his belly. Now they try the double reverse. That was into the hands of another receiver, and he's got nowhere to go and is ridden down as it is Bailey who will go backwards. Actually take it back. Looked like it might have been Searcy who goes back to his own 40-yard line, loss of 6 that time around.
Yeah, Ridgewood's defense did a great job. They sniffed that right out there. They were actually on it. They were going to be on Fox as he was handing it off to Searcy.
I think that might have been Aiden Slaughter, the junior, who was in the backfield, had a hold of Searcy and didn't let him go. Mustangs break the huddle. 2 by 3 again. Golick will be by himself in the shotgun. You can tell it's fall football weather when you smell the campfire burning here in Uricksville. Golick back to pass, straight up the middle into the chest of McGarr, and a sliding, diving grab there at the 50, an 11-yard pickup on second down.
Yeah, that's a big second down conversion for the Mustangs. Now that's going to make it about 3rd and 8 here, so a little bit more manageable.
Looks like the Mustangs now going with tempo. 2 by 3 again. Golick gets the snap from the 50-yard line. Back to pass. Pressure from Reidenbaugh. He gets flushed out of the pocket, goes down the right side, delivers it towards the sideline. A tiptoe attempt, and he went out of bounds as the official is there. What an effort on the sideline by Bailey, but just couldn't get that 1 foot down.
Yeah, Golick rolled out there, and he was covered up. He went to the inside there, and then he kind of waved him to the outside, and he threw it there just a little bit outside.
So 4th down and 6, ball right at midfield. I don't think there's any doubt here for the Mustangs. It's going to be go for it situation with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, you have to go for it here. You're trailing by 3 scores here. The ball's at the 50-yard line, you know. Just kind of make something positive here and go.
Whatever Ridgewood has seen on film in terms of the back half of their secondary, they have been ready for all the rollouts for Golick and those receivers kind of just settling in that intermediary. 2 by 3 again. Shotgun. Golick. Ridgewood showing a blitz up the middle. They'll bring 3. Golick in the pocket. Plenty of time. Looks left. He'll try to scramble. Now here comes Reidenbaugh. He gets past him. He's up to the 41-yard line and make it the 42, and plenty for a First Federal Community Bank first down. An 8-yard carry there for Golick. And, you know, like we were saying earlier, Keith might have atoned for that 3rd down run he had where he was just a yard short and brought up 4th down. That time, he got the extra yardage, stayed in bounds, and made sure he picked up the first.
Yeah, did a nice job. They had the backside covered, and he made the first down.
Golick rolling to the right side as Claymont goes quickly. Flag comes in, middle of the field, and that one is a hard hit, but it's hauled in by Bailey. And another flag here late as a Mustang player goes down. And they'll be helped up. It was Golick. There looked like it was going to be a holding initially. Golick was on the turf, and another flag came from the back judge.
Yeah, there's 4 penalty flags on the turf, so I don't know what all the calls will be here.
Well, most likely offsetting, I would imagine, but we'll have to wait and see because that flag was really late. Golick was slow to get up. His lineman came back and helped him up off the turf, and you can breathe a sigh of relief if you're the Mustangs seeing your quarterback take a hard shot.
Yeah, he took a pretty big lick.
Officials are done with their meeting, and it is holding on the Claymont offense and a personal foul roughing the passer on Ridgewood, offsetting, and we'll do it again on first down.
Well, that's probably the best case scenario for the Mustangs. That keeps it where it's going to be a 1st and 10.
Only problem is you're thinking to yourself, well, we got that completion to Bailey. Wouldn't have counted anyway, though, due to the
Yeah,
hold,
that's what I mean. Yeah, it was only about an 11-yard completion, so I think this was the best case scenario for them.
So back at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Golick back in the ball game. 2 by 3 again. In the shotgun by himself. Golick ready, a straight drop, 3-step drop as he'll bounce around at the 50, tries to step up and deliver it. Now he'll go middle of the field. There were 2 receivers there, and it's knocked away, and the defender over the middle who poked it away was Carnes.
Yeah, Carnes, he was thinking house. The way he was picking that ball off, he wanted to keep running.
Incomplete pass will stop the clock. 2:45 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs trying to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, give a big thanks to Michi's Pizza down there in West Lafayette and Jeanette in Hutton, Ohio. So and they're big supporters of the Ridgewood Generals and the Ridgewood Athletics. Please go support that fine establishment.
Michi's Pizza sounds pretty good right about now.
Oh, you know, they also have great oven-baked subs.
Yes, they do.
I love the subs.
They'll go with a running back in the backfield with Golick. It's Searcy. They fake the handoff to him and throw to the right side. The screen pass is going to work out. Bailey's got a lot of room, got a lead block down the field. He'll go forward to the 28-yard line. A 13-yard pickup for the First Federal Community Bank first down. New little wrinkle there from the Mustangs, and it pays off.
Yeah, they like to try to get them quick passes out to Bailey and let him use his feet to make something happen, and he did right there. Good 11-yard pickup.
2:30 to go here in the third quarter. You saw the Ridgewood defense bit hard on that, what was going to be a misdirection to Searcy. Great looking play there for the Mustangs. Gets them knocking on the door of the red zone again. They'll go 3-by-1 with Searcy in the backfield with Golick. Golick takes the snap. He'll hand it off. It's Searcy. Patience up the middle. Gets a couple yards before he is taken down. And it looks like he fell down at about the 23-yard line. Give him a pickup of 4. Another nice carry there.
Looked like it was Logan Ridenball that made the stop for the Ridgewood Generals.
Claymont running a little bit more tempo here, a little bit quicker to the ball. Shotgun again, same formation. Golick turns, gives it off. Searcy has nowhere to go and is sandwiched in the backfield. 2 Generals off the edge converge. One of the first in there was Lockard.
Yeah, Ridgewood's picked up on something. When they try to go tempo, it seems like they come back with a similar play. And every time on that second play, it seems like Ridgewood's right in there for the stop.
3rd down and 8. Now coming up for the Mustangs.
Yeah, just kind of wonder if they're tipping their hat on something, the players out there that the defense is seeing to kind of make them come in that quick, because they didn't even hesitate. They were 3 guys on the Searcy.
Searcy comes off the field a little hobbled there for this 3rd down play. Golick breaks the huddle. They'll line up Jinx by himself to the left. 3 wide receivers to the right. Now they'll bring in McGar. And Golick needs him to go quickly. Just 5 seconds on the play clock. They'll go 1-by-4. Jinx lined up by himself left. Ridgewood will double cover him that side. Golick back to pass, delivers to the back right corner of the end zone. He's got a receiver there, and it's into his hands or just off the fingertips. It's incomplete as they had it dialed up. The receiver who broke free late down the field looked like it was Fox, but he couldn't keep his feet in.
Yeah, that was a good play design there. They kind of used Bailey as the decoy, and it made Fox look like he was wide open.
So now 4th down and 9. No surprise when they ISO Jinx out to the left, the 6'5 receiver. Immediately 2 Ridgewood players came over to his side.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big guy right there. You know, you're going to have to pick him up. They could throw one-on-one to him real easy if they're, you know, the defensive back isn't real tall.
4-by-1 as they flip the formation. Golick by himself in the shotgun. Ridgewood brings some pressure off the right side. Golick's going to have to scramble. He looks for room on the left. Steps up, delivers towards the sideline into the hands of the receiver as it is Bailey who grabs it, and it looks like it's a 10-yard pickup, and that should be enough for a First Federal Community Bank first down. Nope, take it back as they'll mark him back a little bit further. Nope, take it back. It is at the 16-yard line. They had some miscommunication.
Yeah, I mean, Bailey did a nice job. Looked like he went and set right at the stick. You know, Golick had to make a nice throw, and great pitch and catch right there.
Good job by Bailey, too, knowing the defender was coming, kind of used his body to shield the ball away from him to keep it from getting knocked away. Big conversion. Under a minute to go. Golick's going to go under center. Trips bunch tight to the line on the right. Searcy, the lone setback. Pitch play. Searcy looked for room, and he has to try to break away from a defensive end, and he can't do it. It's Talon Carnes again, the linebacker who came in.
Yeah, great stop by Ridgewood. They sniffed that right out, that pitch play. It seems like when they go bunch there, they know that pitch is coming. They're trying to get Searcy to the edge.
Loss of 4 yards as Searcy moves backwards. 20 seconds to go here. Game clock is under time for the play clock, but the Mustangs are going to try to get every play they can in. They'll break the formation 2-by-2. Searcy, right hip of Golick, motions him out to the right. Golick goes back to pass, looks to the left side, delivers back corner of the end zone. Going to be a jump ball. Jinx positions with it, and a great defensive play as McQueen pokes it away from him.
Jinx incomplete.
Yeah, we're going to have about 2 seconds left here in the third quarter here. Mustangs going to have to run another play.
McQueen giving up quite a bit of height in that matchup, and you saw exactly what Claymont wanted. It was just both players jockeying for it, and whoever was going to get their hands on the ball first was going to be the one who was going to win.
Yeah, Claymont's trying to take that big shot play there, you know, going to their big, tall receiver, and just unfortunately didn't convert it.
3 seconds to go here. You think we keep talking about the football weather. I think it's starting to get just a little bit colder than the football weather all of a sudden.
Yep.
Ball at the 21-yard line. 3rd and 14 for the Mustangs. Knocking on the door of the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. Back to pass is Golick. Pressure right side. Picked up by the the running back. Golick delivers, and it's towards the sideline. He just throws it away, and it will be 4th down. Looked like the receiver was trying to settle kind of near that first down marker, but instead streaked down the field. It's still Mustangs ball. 4th down upcoming. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
Are you ready to make a difference in a young person's life? Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio has 88 children waiting for a mentor. As a mentor, you will spend as little as 4 hours a month with your little, guiding them, listening, and helping them discover their full potential. Your time and your kindness can change the course of their future. By becoming a Big, you're not just volunteering, you're defending the potential of a child, giving them an opportunity to dream big and reach higher. Visit www.bigs4kids.com to sign up and help us make sure that no child has to wait. Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio. Defend the potential and become a Big today.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio. Still Claymont ball as we start off the 4th quarter. Mustangs coming out facing a 4th and 14 go for it situation again here for them. Ridgewood looking for another stand.
Yeah, Mustangs, they got to get about to the Ridgewood 7 here to get a first down, so they're going to have something dialed up here, I think, in the passing game.
And we thanked all of our sponsors so far. Thank to Blaze McMorrow as well as Dalton Patterson. Also thanks to Bryce Hains and Jeremy Holbrook for their work tonight from Claxon Communications, bringing you today's live stream on our YouTube channel. Golick by himself, shotgun, pressure, right side. He's going to have to step up, delivers towards the first down marker, and what a catch by Jinks as he'll make the grab for 15 and put him in goal to go.
Yeah, he is right at the first down marker here. Looks like we're going to have 1st and goal here from about the 7.
Into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. That's the first time we've seen Jinks haul one in. And, boy, it came at a perfect time. Nice job by Golick, too. Didn't panic, didn't run out of the pocket, didn't get across the line of scrimmage, stepped up and fired a strike.
Yeah, he had to step left, and he actually had to step up into the pocket a little bit there, and he made a nice job in throwing the ball to Jinks there.
What have we said about the Mustangs throughout this season? They do not quit, and they are knocking on the doorstep now to cut this to a 2-score lead. Golick in the shotgun with Searcy. 1 by 3 this time. Golick ready, gets the snap, goes left side, jump ball, Jinks goes up, and he will haul it in the back corner of the end zone. An 8-yard touchdown strike from Golick to Jinks, and we might have a brand new ball game.
Yeah, what a throw by Golick there to put it on the backside of Jinks, and Jinks going up and high pointing that football for a touchdown.
8-yard touchdown to the back corner of the end zone. We hadn't seen Jinks haul one in all game, and then back-to-back receptions put Claymont on the board.
Yeah, that's a great job by Jinks there. You know, back-to-back 2 big plays here, and we'll see what we can do here at the extra point and get a kickoff.
Extra point will be on the way here, coming off the foot of Cooper Newton. Remember, he had a field goal, about a 26-yard field goal blocked earlier in this game. Ridgewood going to try to bring the heat. McMorrow, your holder. Hold is good. It is up, and it will sneak through 21-7. New ball game from Uricksville. Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoffs on the way after this.
Lindsay Adams State Farm takes pride in customer service, community involvement, and their professional knowledge in the products and services offered, providing protection to their customers in more ways than just their auto insurance by protecting you from encountering any unexpected occurrences, including your auto, home, income, and the loss of a loved one. At Lindsay Adams State Farm, you're more than a customer, you're part of their family. Learn more about what Lindsay and her agents can do for you by visiting lindsayadamsf.com. Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff is here, and we are only one play into the fourth quarter. Suddenly, 21-7 as Claymont gets on the board, thanks to a pair of back-to-back hookups there from Carson Golick to Jackson Jenks. Ridgewood going to play up on this kickoff as they might expect an onside here from Newton. Looks like he tries to angle it towards the sideline. Runner comes up and it goes past him for Ridgewood. It'll roll back to his 10-yard line. He tries to corral it. Will grab it at the 9 and is driven down hard.
Oh, what a play there by the Mustangs to get down the field there. Little miscue on the kick there, and Ridgewood's backed up now a little bit, looks like to about the 5-yard line.
Another big hit from Lou Young, who went down there on kick coverage.
Yeah, Lulu's been kind of getting down the field today and getting after it there when he gets his opportunities.
Ridgewood will take over at their own 8-yard line. They'll look for a nice, long, sustained drive here to bleed some of that clock off and keep themselves up by 14.
You know, Claymont's defense has played well this year, and this is the time for them. If they want to step up, right now is the time to get a big play for them.
They will go with the I formation. It's Tolliver who will line up as the lone back. Motion man, left to right, fake to him. Tolliver up the gut, into the second level, and he'll get submarine down at about the 15-yard line. Pickup of 7.
Yeah, it looks like Jenks come up from a safety position there to make that play.
8 yards.
Give a big thanks to Stepping Stones Craft some more right out of McCauley Drive. If you get time this week, go out and stop in and get you some fall decorations.
I probably should do that. I'm sure the wife is wondering why I haven't gotten any of those yet.
Well, you should swing out there tomorrow morning at Sweetest Day. Maybe you could go in and get her something for Sweetest Day.
I could do that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Thought they were going to line up a wide receiver right, and instead it's some substitution problems for the Generals. They'll take a Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports returns following this.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
McQueen under center, turns and hands it off to Tolliver, who's back in the back of his own lineman, and he'll go down after a 1-yard pickup, very close to the first down marker, and it looks like they'll give it to him. A First Federal Community Bank first down, give him a gain of 2 actually that time. And as pointed out to us by Bryce, our producer, look like the Ridgewood wing tee coming out here.
Yeah, it's their own wing tee version, he says, and they bring it out, and it was successful there for at least 2 yards.
A little heavy really heavy package there for the Generals. Get you a scoreboard update brought to you by Ferris Chevrolet here shortly. Ridgewood breaks the huddle. Same formation with McQueen under center. Tolliver, your lone running back. Wings either side of the line. Motion man from left to right. It's Carnes, right side. Looks for the sweep. Cuts back up the middle, and he's got a lane up to the 35-yard line. Or, 25-yard line. A 7-yard pickup that time for Carnes.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to stay on the ground here, and it's like they're just going to pound the football here and use up as much clock as they can here.
In some of our other games that we're broadcasting tonight, the West Holmes Knights have come roaring back as they now lead New Philadelphia 21-17 from Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium. Newcomerstown now all over Strasburg in the fourth quarter, 32-7.
Wow.
Dover trails Lindsley 21-14 in the fourth, and it is Indian Valley in the fourth quarter about to go final with Tusky Valley up 54-0. Same formation for the Generals. Tolliver, your running back. Motion man, Carnes, left to right. Fake to him. Tolliver up the gut and a whole head of steam as he'll go forward to the 33-yard line as he went up and over top of the defender in Cameron.
Yeah, what a hard run by Tolliver there. And someone there got low, made the tackle, and sent Tolliver into a little somersault there.
So far we've seen from Bryce Tolliver, great defensive game, good runner too. There is no cut left. There is no cut right. It is straightforward for number 8.
Yeah, he's just going at him, and he's just like, hey, if you want to collide, we'll just take on the collision.
Other scores, Malvern all over TCC in the third. Garraway has gone final with Sandy Valley, picking up the 49-7 win. Steubenville Central Catholic holding on to a 27-24 lead over Conotton Valley. West Branch all over Carrollton in the third quarter, and Fairless leads Northwest 14-7. Carnes motions left to right, same play. Tolliver up the gut, tries to go up over top of the safety, and he has dropped a 9-yard pickup now for Tolliver.
Yeah, Tolliver, he's getting to that second level now here the last 2 times in a row, and they're coming up from the safety. It looked like Drayvon Searcy that time coming from his outside linebacker's position to make that tackle.
Final score that we have on our scoreboard, Harrison Central now leads Edison 19-13. Boy, that would be a huge win if the Huskies could get that at home.
Yeah, they're going to need the next 2 to get into the playoffs, and that would, Edison, that's a good football team this year, and they need to get the next 2 themselves to get a better seed.
Ball at the 41-yard line. Ridgewood now has the clock under 9 minutes to go here in the fourth. They'll go heavy eye. 3 backs behind McQueen under center. He'll turn, give it off. It's Carnes up the middle, lowers his shoulder pad level, tries to drive forward. He is very close to the first down marker. Well, it depends on the spot. We'll see what the officials call. It is marked at about the 42-yard line. Needed about the 42.5, so it looks like he's going to be about a half yard shy. Just need about a football length here to try to convert.
Yeah, the Mustangs did a good job there. That defensive line got up there and held him up just long enough here. Big third down play.
If you're the Generals, is there any doubt of what you want to call here?
I'm going to say Tolliver up the middle.
Wings either side of the formation. Tolliver, the back in the backfield behind McQueen. Motion, Carnes, left to right. Tolliver up the gut, through the middle, second level, and he goes down at about the 49-yard line, an 8-yard pickup. And the power game for the Generals, working out, keeping the clock moving, and keeping those sticks moving forward as well.
Yeah, it looked like contact was made with Easton Hersey there to get him down.
Not only that, for a guy who runs that hard too, that's quite a fast first step too for the big man.
Yeah, when he takes the handoff, he gets to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Of course, coming up after the game, the Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show. We'll wrap this one up from Uricksville and get you back to the guys in studio, where you can tune in at 99.9 and eventually at 100.9 FM as well, as they'll be talking to some area coaches and bringing you updates on how this night has gone. Heavy eye again. It's McQueen under center. Almost bobbles the snap, goes off to Carnes. He'll go up the middle, still driving forward. He'll go to the 46-yard line, about a 6-yard pickup there for Carnes.
Yeah, there's some reason they've seen something here that they like on this drive, that they're just attacking in the middle. They're going right or left a little bit off each guard, and that's all they're doing.
It's going to be interesting to talk with Coach Schlusser after the game, because they've thrown 3 passes. McQueen is 1 for 3, but outside of that, it has been middle, couple sweeps thrown here and there. We've seen some big runs from Carnes, but like you said, Keith, the vast majority, 60 to 70% of these plays have just been straight up the middle.
Yeah, obviously they've seen something on film they like, and their blocking scheme's working for them, so they're just keeping attacking it.
Ridgewood wing tee again. Motion from left to right is Carnes. They won't snap it that time as they'll line Carnes up wide to the right. And a timeout. It's a Cush Financial Group timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with them. Back in 60 seconds.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and Loudon Clear Advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Technology shouldn't slow us down. It should move us forward. At LodgeVision Technologies, we've been helping local businesses for over 12 years on US 62 in Winesburg, solving tech problems and making everyday operations easier. And we're here with custom IT solutions that just simply work. At LodgeVision, it's people first. That means service with integrity, professionalism, and genuine care. Call 330-234-5025 for your free consultation today. LodgeVision Technologies, local IT, real solutions, people first.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio out of that timeout. 6.5 to go in the fourth. Carnes motions left to right. Tolliver up the middle, met hard and by the linebacker there. That was Ethan Fair, who took Tolliver down after a pickup of 2, maybe 3 that time. Best success they've had so far this drive.
Yeah, I mean, Fair just kind of sniffed that right out and got downhill in a hurry, met him almost exactly in the hole there, and Tolliver still managed to get a few yards.
Third down and long 2, maybe 2.5. Fair, we've said his name a couple times tonight for the Mustangs, having a nice game. The senior linebacker here on senior night. Obviously playing for a lot of pride here tonight, hoping to get Claymont the spark. Under center again is McQueen. Here comes Carnes. They'll go with the sweep. Tolliver throws the lead block up the middle, past the 40, still moving forward, and he'll go to the 38-yard line. 5-yard pickup will move the sticks.
Yeah, they're just establishing a very long drive here, chewing up a lot of the clock, and obviously it's been a lot of Tolliver this drive.
Go with a little change of tempo there to Carnes. We asked Coach Slusser in the pregame about all the different offensive weapons he has. So far tonight, Carnes, McQueen, and Tolliver have pretty much been your three-headed monster. Outside, of course, Logan Reidenball with that one touchdown reception. But other than other than Reidenball, you've had Israel have 2 carries, you've had Locker to have 1, and then it's been all Carnes, McQueen, and Tolliver.
Yeah, and Tolliver's coming back next year. He's only a junior.
Same as a lot of the offensive line as well, as they'll go Tolliver up the gut again, second level towards the safety, and he'll go down at the 30-yard line. 8-yard pickup on first down.
Yep, that's a great first down there. He's going to come up there. It looks like they might have spotted it a little further. No, but I think you're right, Nick. 2nd and 2 here.
Under 5 minutes to go here. Ridgewood really dictating the pace of play. You know, for some people, too, who maybe don't necessarily dive into the intricacies of it, it might look so simple. You know, just line up, put everybody close up to the line of scrimmage, everybody pick up somebody, and a running back just goes straight up the middle in the lanes. But a lot of intricacies when it comes to the block in here, just trying to get him that initial burst. And somebody flinched on the left side, and no flag. Tolliver gets the handoff, left side, goes up, misses the tackle there, does Fair, as he'll go up to the 26-yard line, does Tolliver. And the Claymont coaching staff is letting the official hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a few times from up here tonight. And there's been a little movement, it seems like, a few times on that left side there. And it seems like the official on this side is just not really seeing it.
It's 3-yard pickup for Tolliver. I got all kinds of tongue-tied on that, too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the motion man was or the man who moved on the left side, one of the wings for the Generals. For the most part, there's been a couple penalties both sides, but it's kind of been clean for the most part.
Yeah, it ain't been too bad. I mean, they've had a few penalties here and there, but this has just been, I think, the deal with Claymont. You know, early on they had a couple miscues that put them behind.
Carnes motions again. Into his hands. Sweep to the right side. Up forward. Pushes for more, and he'll have a gain of 6 or 7 on first down.
Carnes for a gain.
They've been really good on first down here on this drive. You're getting a bunch of yards. It seems like everything's been 5 or 6, 7 yards on the first carry.
3.5 to go in the ball game. Mustangs have to absolutely get a stop here. You have 3 timeouts left. You know, I'd say you could start thinking about potentially maybe burning through 1 or 2 of them, but you know what Ridgewood's doing right now. You have not found a way to stop it yet. You don't really want to burn through those timeouts. You need them when you're on offense.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably thinking here if they can manage to get a stop here soon, and there's probably going to be around the 2-minute range.
And a flag now as a player comes in late off the field for Ridgewood. It'll be an illegal substitution as there's a miscue for the Generals.
Yeah, that's probably what Coach Slusser did not want to see at this point in the game, and got the clock stopped right now.
Potentially too many men out there in the huddle. Ridgewood still, as we mentioned in the first half, will do a lot of substitutions throughout the game, but when you're trying to get everybody lined up and set, that's sometimes where you start seeing those issues come in, because all it takes is one guy not necessarily knowing what the situation is, when to sub.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big miscue, because now it puts you a little back, and I went from 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 7 here.
Ridgewood will go with their version of the wing again. Up the middle is the running back. I think that was Israel that time, who somehow breaks free. Logan Israel went into the pile and came out on the left side, and he'll go 26 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, that was a good piece of running by Israel there. He's kind of, like you said, bounced it outside there, and he took it to the house.
We saw a player go out to the left and thought it was just a blocker getting way down the field, and suddenly we saw number 9 streaking down the middle. 26 yards for Israel, his 3rd carry of the game. And now Ridgewood leads by 3 scores with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's what the Mustangs did not need right there, to keep themselves in this football game.
Smolder will now get set for his extra point attempt. Perfect 3 for 3 so far tonight. He'll drive through it, and it is good. 28-7. Big Z Sports will return to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio after this.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio out of that Cush Financial Group timeout, and just about time for a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. You want to go to a school about clock management in football, look no further than what you just watched throughout this fourth quarter with Ridgewood.
Yeah, that was a very impressive drive right there they put together, and they didn't back away from what they were going to do each play either.
Smolder puts his right leg into it. It will hook towards the Ridgewood sideline. Searcy will grab it. He'll try to reverse field to the right. And Jinks throws the block. Searcy looks for room at about the 20, tries to go further outside, and he is grabbed and corralled and dropped at about the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. So Claymont will take over on offense. Under 3 minutes to go. Do still have all 3 timeouts, but a 3-score deficit. And like we were saying during that break, you need one of those big explosive plays. That's something that's been an absolute premium tonight for the Mustangs. Might be time to dive into the bag of tricks.
Yeah, at some point they're going to have to towel something up. Try to get the ball, stretch the field, get something going down the field. You know, they've been trying to keep the run establishment and, you know, chunking away at it, but unfortunately that's just going to chew clock, and they need time.
So now it looks like they'll go shotgun, 3-by-1. Searcy in the backfield with Golick. Golick ready, straight drop, middle of the field, in and out of the hands of McGarr, who was coming up through the middle. Had a little bit of space, but McGarr just off of his fingertips.
Yeah, he catches that there. He's running for a little bit. At least would have been a 15-yard gain.
McGarr, a wide receiver, but well, I thought he had the no gloves thing, which I almost expect from the wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he does or not.
Yeah, I could not tell.
Mustangs break the huddle. They'll go with a 3-by-1 set again, same formation. Golick in the shotgun. Ridgewood shows blitz with Lockhart, who will back out. Searcy motions to the left for the Mustangs. Golick flush from the pocket, goes left side, delivers, low throw, in and out of the hands of Jinks as a Ridgewood defender dove late, trying to get that popped-up ball, but I think it had already hit the turf.
Yeah, he was trying there. You never know what could happen there at the official if he didn't see it, but that ball popped off of Jinks. He thought he was get the interception.
3rd down and 10, 2:42 to go in the fourth quarter.
Going to be a long 3rd down here for the Mustangs.
Coming into this ball game, I know you had it listed there, obviously, what the Generals give up in terms of rushing yards. They're going to be right close to that average to this point. They don't give up a ton of passing yards either. They have been burned more than that with the pass this year, but they have limited pretty much everything as Golick goes down the field, in and out of the hands of Matzel, and nearly picked off by Carnes, but it goes to the turf.
Yeah, they're only giving up 69.6 yards on the ground, and that defense in secondary is only giving up 97 yards.
Well, here I am thinking it's a big wide margin. No, it is not. It's only 150-ish, 160-ish yards total per game, and just judging by our scorebook so far to this point, it might be close to that average.
Yeah, I mean, and they only give up 10.4 a game. So, you know, you look what they do. That's just kind of what their DNA is right there.
Punt time. McMorrow will send it as a line drive off the side of his foot. Ridgewood did not put a returner back. It will roll all the way back to the 46-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs, or pardon me, where the Generals will take over. Ridgewood, 2.5 minutes to bleed off the clock here. Claymont does have all 3 timeouts, and look, I think everybody in this stadium knows what's about to happen. The Generals going to go with those runs just in between the A and B gap again.
Yeah, they're just going to attack that there, chew up some clock, you know. Try to get this, you know, get this game over with, seal it up, and head back to West LA, you know, and move on to next week for the big rival game.
Yeah, Generals are going to improve to 8-1 this season, and obviously we'll have a lot of eyes on what happens next week on Thursday night with Indian Valley and Claymont, because Ridgewood's still within striking distance of that league championship, or at least a split of the league championship, I should say.
Yeah, actually, it would be Ridgewood or Garaway in that game. So it is a big game on Thursday night next week between the Mustangs and the Braves.
And it looks like Coach Slusser here, as could call it a sign of respect or so, is McQueen just going to kneel this one out. He'll take an E on first down. And, you know, I know Coach Slusser has a lot of high praise for Coach Buddy White here from Claymont, what he's been able to do in terms of really turning this program around for the Mustangs coming into this bowl game, sitting at 6-2, going to fall to 6-3 tonight. But, you know, those 6 wins for Claymont have been well earned. And, you know, you see the score at 28-7. You go back a few years, this would not have been the way that score was.
No, these games are running clock games after halftime, and you know Buddy White and his staff has done a great job. 1-9 last year, and they turn around this year. Right now, you're sitting at 6-3 with a possible chance to clinch a playoff spot here coming up.
McQueen will drop down to an E once again. Mustangs not going to call any of their timeouts.
McQueen downs the ball for a loss of 5.
Oh, take it back. It looks like Claymont does now take a timeout, I believe, and sure enough, they will. We'll take one, too, brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Newtown Mall provides you a one-stop shop for anything you need. You can shop the latest fashions at Kohl's, Maurice's, or Marshall's, get your sporting goods at Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods, or redo a room in your house at Ashley Furniture. Find all these stores and more for yourself and experience Newtown. Plus, you can sign up to be a Newtown Mall VIP and follow your favorite stores so you're the first to know sales, giveaways, events, and more. To sign up and to see all that's happening, visit newtownmall.com.
Want to stay warm in your vehicle this winter? Call the Remote Start Pros at Cartoons and Accessories in New Philly. With over 15,000 units installed over 18 years in the market, Cartoons in-car experts have the expertise to get the job done right. Cartoons carries a full assortment of remote starts that give you any desired range needed to warm up your car from anywhere. We also do diesel vehicles as well as standard shift vehicles. So don't delay. Call Cartoons today and schedule an appointment and stay warm all winter long. Cartoons at 517 West High Avenue in New Philly. 330-339-2006. Be there.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Claymont took their first time out there, 1:37 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Mustangs will quickly call their second. We'll keep it right here. And by the way, we forgot to make mention of this. Coming up in the postgame, something I don't think we've ever had on a postgame show, there's going to be a fireworks display.
Yeah, they're going to have
not
a big.
Not from us.
No, not from us. Local here. Not sure. I think it's the Paletti family. They're putting on the fireworks display here. So once the game's wrapped up, I don't know if they'll do their senior walk. Senior night. You know how they do the senior walk and stuff. So I don't know how they got this laid out, but at some point we might hear some fireworks.
Yeah, so we might have to go through with a very quick post game because otherwise you might not be able to hear us. But it's going to be a really cool thing. You don't hear about too many fall fireworks displays.
No, you don't. I mean, remember when they were doing the pregame there, the senior walk, the young lady was coming across with her parents who owned the fireworks company, and they shot them off there when she was coming across the field.
I had my head down and was writing something, and I was not expecting that.
No.
Thankfully, the initial whoof was enough to get my attention, so I didn't jump too bad. Generals will punt it away with 1:34 on the clock. Jinx will be your lone man back for Claymont. Mustangs got that initial score in the second half to bring it back to a 2-score game. Then Ridgewood with that power run straight up the gut kind of iced this one away. Carnes puts his leg into it. Jinx comes up, grabs it at the 40, looks for room on the right side. He'll get past one defender, now up to the 45, still driving backwards and gets almost up to midfield. Nice job by Jackson Jinx there. A couple of defenders on him, but fought through it.
Yeah, Ridgewood was all over that there. Looked like number 2 was leading the way. Sean Beckerham looks like a defensive back. 11th grade.
Beckelheimer.
Is that what it is, Beckelheimer?
Oh, Beckelheimer, yeah. I think called his name earlier in that first half. Had a nice tackle as well, I think, on special teams. Claymont will come out. Potentially their final offensive drive here. Ridgewood looking to keep this at a 7 points given up so far for their defense. A standout performance so far for them tonight. They'll go shotgun 3-by-1. Searcy in the backfield with Golick. Motion, Searcy to the left. Golick by himself. Back to pass, middle of the pocket. It stays clean. Goes middle of the field, in and out of the hands of McGarr, who was at about the 36-yard line, but couldn't corral it.
Yeah, a couple tough drops tonight for Daniel McGarr there. And they're finding him in the middle of the field there.
Have been able to settle in there, middle of the field, kind of almost up the seam out of that slot. Big thank you again to all of our presenting sponsors. And, the one we hadn't gotten to yet with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. All your insurance needs. Be sure to thank Zach Motice and Company. Didn't want to forget about Zach, of course. Mustangs break the huddle 4-by-1 this time. Golick by himself in the backfield. He'll go back to pass, delivers to the left side. That will drop into the hands of the receiver, Bailey, at the first down marker. Clock will continue to roll, but it will stop, actually, because they will reset the chains. A 10-yard pickup there from Golick to Bailey.
Pass complete to Bailey.
Nice job by the Ridgewood secondary there to come up, make the tackle, win bounds. Once they reset the chains here, and the clock will start running.
Bailey knocking on the door, about 70 yards receiving with his 7 catches. Golick is back to pass, steps up middle of the field, in and out of the hands of the receiver. That was Brady Fox. That was a hot shot off the hands of Golick, but couldn't get it to his receiver.
Man, a lot of drop balls tonight here for the Mustangs. You know, and it seems like all the drops are in the middle of the field.
Weather starts turning, gets a little bit colder. You know, that ball gets a bit harder.
Yeah.
You're used to it in the warmer temperatures, a little bit softer, more malleable, harder to hold on to.
Even when you look at the field, looks like it's got a little moisture across the two, so the ball might have a little bit of moisture on it.
Ball at the 40-yard line of Ridgewood, under 55 to go. Shotgun, 2-by-2. Searcy in the backfield with Golick. Goes back to pass, tries to step up in the pocket, delivers on the wheel route, in and out of the hands of Searcy, into the hands of the defender as he'll get wrestled out of bounds. And the tip drill works out there for the Generals, and getting the interception was Christian Hortzman, who that one landed right in his lap.
Yeah, it was perfect. He's in the right spot, tipped right off of Drayvon Searcy right into his hands here.
Hortzman's first interception tonight, or the first interception thrown, I should say. They had the right play design there. Searcy actually got right behind the linebacker and just off of his chest, right over to Hortzman.
Ridgewood lining up to take a knee here. Claymont's got one timeout left. Hopefully they decide not to use it.
Under 46 seconds to go. We'll have one man back deep just in case of a bad snap. As down to a knee does go McQueen. Finishes up his night with a nice game on the ground, but really the 1-2 punch of Talon Carnes and Bryce Tolliver, too much to handle out of the backfield, and the Logan Israel touchdown run puts the exclamation point on it for the Generals.
Yeah, I mean, we can't say enough about the Ridgewood General tonight up front in the trenches because, you know, they've done a great job, and Tolliver kind of had himself a big game there running the football right up the middle.
And I thought somebody got started off there early for Ridgewood. I think they were trying to do some subs. Under 10 seconds to go now. They do not technically have to snap one, as the play clock is just a little bit further outside the game clock. I think that's what they're asking the officials. And, well, they both hit 0 at the same time, and that's how we're going to end it. The Ridgewood Generals pick up the 28-7 victory over the Claymont Mustangs to improve to 8-1. And if you're Ridgewood, that is the way you needed to come up off the mat after your first loss.
Oh, yeah, that was a great rebound there for them to come off to the loss last week to Indian Valley, come in, establish their running game, play solid defense, you know, to get ready for the big rival game next week.
For the Mustangs, who will slip to 6-3 on this season, at no point tonight was there any lack of fight for this Claymont team. You know, they tried to swing as hard and often as possible against Ridgewood, just a little bit outmatched tonight.
Yeah, they played hard the whole game, you know, and like we said, I think early on they set themselves behind when it was 21-0, you know, and you come out in the second half, they did put a score on the board, and, you know, Ridgewood only scored one themselves, but I think it's just the miscues early cost them.
Stay tuned with us. We're going to return for your Dumont Sporting Goods postgame show as we'll bring you some of the final stats and hand out our McInturf Realty Player of the Game Award. 28-7, Ridgewood tops Claymont. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Simona Bolteron is a global leader in plastics technology, manufacturing thermoplastic products for industries such as aircraft interior parts, medical device housings, wall coverings, general thermoforming, and many more. Simona Bolteron, a company like a friend, is proud to be a part of the community and wishes all local athletes good luck and have a great year. For more information, visit them online at bolteron.com. Simona Bolteron, 1 General Street, Newcomerstown.
Let the experts at Bear Carpet One in Sugar Creek help you pick out the right window treatment for you. Bear is now carrying Alta Window Fashions. Their cost-effective, made-in-America blinds and shades come in many styles. Honeycomb, roller shades, wood, faux wood, aluminum, and vertical blinds. Even custom shutters in many fabrics and materials. Alta blinds and shades can be automated through a remote, smartphone, or even voice. Come check out Bear's Alta display. Bear Carpet One, just off Route 39 in the Salzburg Plaza in Sugar Creek.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza with locations in West Lafayette and Janaden-Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Janaden-Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Stepping Stone Crafts and More, located on Macaulay Drive in Uricksville, has everything you need to decorate your home or office for any season throughout the year. Stepping Stone is filled wall to wall with handmade crafts, candles, and more. Plus, when the weather gets better, Stepping Stone expands their selection with a variety of outdoor decor. To see all they offer, stop by 1745 Water Street in Uricksville or find Stepping Stone Crafts and More on Facebook.
The Fraternal Order of Eagles is an international nonprofit organization uniting fraternally in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality to make human life more desirable by lessening its ills and promoting peace, prosperity, gladness, and hope. Locally, the Uricksville Eagles is a proud supporter of not only local school districts, but also local police and fire departments. To learn more about the Uricksville Eagles, they invite you to stop by and see how they are truly people helping people.
Looking for a team you can count on? Mustang Trucking in Uricksville is proud to keep America moving mile after mile. Family-owned and community-driven, Mustang Trucking stands behind the values of hard work, dedication, and teamwork, just like the Claymont Mustangs. Proud supporters of Claymont athletics and the incredible student-athletes who give it their all on and off the field. From the road to the scoreboard, go Mustangs. Mustang Trucking, driven by pride, fueled by community.
Hi, this is Zarek with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. How healthy is the air you breathe? When air quality outside is bad, you can breathe easy inside your home with air purifiers, high-quality air filtration, and other fine products from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are your local trained comfort specialist in downtown Dover, providing 24-hour emergency service since 1981. For all your home comfort needs, call us at 330-343-5511. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student-athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
The American Professional Truck Driving School by Buckeye Career Center offers hands-on CDL training and expert-led classroom instruction to prepare you for success. Already trained elsewhere? No problem. Complete testing on-site at U.S. America CDL Test Center by Buckeye Career Center. Register for training or to take your CDL test by calling today. Get the skills, get certified, get on the road with Buckeye Career Center.
Are you a compassionate caregiver looking for a career with purpose? Second Family Home Care and Support Services is now hiring home health aides and STNAs. We offer competitive wages, flex time scheduling, and employment rewards because we believe in supporting the people who support others. Start your journey with a company that truly cares. Visit careers.secondfamily.com to apply today or contact them at 740-462-3152.
Gillen Body Shop knows that when their business is needed, it's never planned and it can cause quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for their customers by making sure the work is completed right the first time. Gillen Body Shop has experienced staff that give all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philadelphia. Find them on Facebook.
The Sarchone name has always been known for truck sales, and once you see our inventory, you'll understand why. At Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, you'll find the largest selection of new trucks and SUVs in the area. Shop our inventory at sarchonecdjr.com or stop in and visit us on the corner of Route 30 and Route 94 in Dalton. Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get your own at Sarchone.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athlete has the best gear for the sports they play. Dumont's has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing as well as embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and for all your apparel needs, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Hey, wake up! New drinks just dropped at Wendy's. Cold foam, cold brew coffee, and sparkling energy. Both the caramel and the chocolate cold foam are just, so good. And the pineapple citrus and cherry limeade sparkling energy each have 80 to 120 milligrams of added caffeine. So whether you need a treat first thing or to just stop yawning already, mornings hit different. To pick up a new pick-me-up, gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Final score tonight from Uricksville here at Claymont Stadium. It is the Ridgewood Generals who top the Claymont Mustangs 28-7. Mustangs on their senior night walking across the field for one final time with the senior class and fireworks display in the background. You don't often see that on senior night.
No, you don't. I mean, I'll give it to them. Great show, representing their seniors and honoring them, really. And, great senior class here. And
we'll apologize if it's a little loud for your ears, too.
Yeah.
Well, tallying up the final stats for tonight, the Claymont Mustangs, who fall to 6-3. In quarterback Carson Golick, one of their seniors, goes 14 for 31 for $129, one touchdown and one interception. His one touchdown pass was to Jackson Jenks, good from 8 yards out. Jenks with 2 catches for 23 yards in that touchdown. Mason Bailey, 7 catches for 71 yards. In the rushing attack for Claymont, Javon Searcy rounds out with 16 carries for 49 yards, 3 carries for Golick at 12 yards, 3 for Braylon Mullen with 8 yards, 1 carry for Easton Hersey for 3 yards. As a team, 23 carries for 72 yards, and the Ridgewood defense only gives up 129 yards in the pass game. So Claymont a little bit better than those averages for Ridgewood's defense, but again, the Generals just hounding them on defense.
Yeah, the Generals' defense is playing solid all year. It's been even through Week 9, so going into Week 10, they're going to need that defense.
Certainly will for the Generals in their victory. Quarterback Jace McQueen, just 1 for 3 tonight, but his one completion was for a 35-yard scoring strike to Logan Reidenbaugh. In the rushing attack, boy, they spread it out well. Talon Carnes leads the way with 13 carries for 85 yards. Bryce Tolliver with 12 carries for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. McQueen with 8 carries, 53 yards, and Logan Israel, 3 carries for 26 yards and that lone touchdown. That's pretty much most of your stats. Also, Christian Hortzman with an INT for those Generals. As for Claymont defensively, Ethan Fair had the forced fumble. Nolan McMorrow with the recovered fumble. That was pretty much all your stats. It was a defensive battle throughout tonight.
Yeah, both teams showed up defensively. Few miscues, not very many penalties. So, I'm sure both teams are going to go watch the film tomorrow and get ready for Week 10.
Certainly will be looking forward to Week 10 coming up. The Ridgewood Generals with a big matchup against the Garraway Pirates to round out the year. The Claymont Mustangs, meanwhile, have their rivalry showdown with the Indian Valley Braves. That game getting played on a Thursday night, kind of the old classic way of doing that.
Yeah, back in the day, it got moved to Thursday night, so it was the first game. Then you had the New Philly and Dover game on Friday.
Well, be sure to tune in with the guys back in studio at 99.9 and eventually coming up at 100.9 FM for your Dumont's Sporting Goods postgame show. Final time tonight. Oh, I forgot. We got one other little thing to do. McInturf Realty Player of the Game, of course.
Yeah, we about missed it.
Well, we're going to give him a hard time because he had those 12 carries for 95 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Just missed out on the 100-yard day, though. But he also played a heck of a game defensively, had a forced fumble, was all over the field defensively on those tackles.
Yep.
Who is it, Keith?
Bryce Tolliver. Junior Bryce Tolliver for Ridgewood. He's all over the field. Special teams, defense, offense, he earned it tonight.
Certainly did. Well, that will do it now for the final time from Uricksville as the Rockets red glare, as they would say. Huge thank you to the Claxon Communications crew for all of their hard work tonight, as in both Bryce Hains and Jeremy Holbrook. And our guys on the sideline in Dalton Patterson, as well as Blaze McMurrow. For Keith Thomas, I'm Nick McWilliams. Don't go anywhere, Z Country. We'll be back at a high school again near you soon.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of High School Sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.